Hello, welcome to the Deadwing Dork channel, the worst place on YouTube. And if you've never seen my videos before, I'd like to extend a gracious welcome to you, especially. My name's Deadwing Dork. I'm 30 years old, I go by he/it pronouns. I love rainbows and demon kitties and memes, and I'm omega cringe, and I have super autism. If you're able to put up with me doing that just now, hopefully you'll be able to put up with this entire video. This is the video. I toyed around with titling this thing, The Video That Made Me a Chud, which isn't exactly true, and it's a little tongue-in-cheek, but, you know, I think you could definitely call it a turning point for me. Pre-Birdie video, post-Birdie video. It's kind of like AD/BC kind of thing. In March of 2024, I was sent a video which, I wasn't prepared for. I just wasn't prepared for it. We'd been watching a lot of videos around this time. You know, it was March. We just got out of Funny Allegation February, where a bunch of, like, Minecraft expose videos were dropping. A lot of myside.mp4. If you remember the Tickle Me Rapist girl, the Minecraft girl who got tickled and really didn't like it, that was around that time. While I say that this video made me a chud, I don't think that's exactly accurate. Really, it just kind of... It was just such an unlikable and obnoxious person in the center of this video that I don't know, it really changed my view about a lot of things. This also came after we had done the video, or I guess a little before the edited video, but it was after the stream that we did about the, rad queer pedo hell site. And you know, I can't lie, a lot of things in this video remind me of people on the rad queer pedo hell site. Not making any allegations, I'm just calling it as I see it. So anyway, yeah, this video, it was a 10-hour stream that I did, in which I think roughly about 7 or 8 of those hours were dedicated to watching and then deconstructing and unpacking what the fuck this video is. I've edited it down to be reasonably watchable. It's only about 4 hours or so, give or take. 3.5, whatever. This video's notable for a couple of things. For one, yes, it absolutely made me much more skeptical of people that act like Birdie does in this video. A lot of the therapy buzzwords, a lot of the tolerance and acceptance of things that are frankly bullshit. Like, I'm sorry. If you have a problem with any of what I have to say in this video, there's the door. Right there. It's right there. Can't really see it, but there's a glow-in-the-dark skeleton hanging on the door. It's right there. But the stream that this video was edited down from marks the beginning of a frankly ridiculous saga of drama, which I'm only tangentially related to, but probably would never have even happened if it wasn't for me. If you're familiar with Synnibear and Just a Robot and any of those sorts of people involved in that whole situation, well, this is kind of the thing that kicked all of that off. As someone posted with this fine meme, it all begins with the small domino of watching a terrible Zoomer video and ends with the big domino of what continued to happen from there. As I record this, just a few days ago, Just a Robot came out with yet another myresponse.png or whatever the fuck, you know, one of those. And I've had a lot of people ask me, like, wait, what did Deadwing Dork have to do with Synnibear? Quite a lot, as it turns out. Synnibear's name will not be mentioned in this video. But, as I say, this is the stream that launched 1,000 Rage Rant videos, so stick around for part 2 at the very least. What you're going to witness today is the absolute depths of somebody taking no responsibility for their own actions, the internet poisoning somebody at a young age and turning them into a ghastly, ghoulish demon creature. This is a black pill video through and through. You're going to feel unclean and sad, probably, when we're done with this. I'm obligated to mention the pronouns of it all in this video. Birdie goes by he/it pronouns. Yes, it pronouns. We struggle with that a lot throughout the course of this video. But there are various times when, Birdie, you know, acting like and looking like and sounding like and in every way behaving like and presenting like a little girl on the internet, I'm going to wind up saying Birdie, you know, is a she at various points throughout this video. If that's gonna be a problem for you, if you feel unsafe watching this YouTube video, please, I'm sure there's a number you can call or something. There's probably some hotline for that by now, I'm sure. So if you have any problems with that, you're more than welcome to not watch, but if you want to watch somebody try to make fucking heads or tails of this obscene nonsense Zoomer drama that is some of the most obnoxious shit I've ever watched in my life, keep in mind that, you know, when I watched this video, I knew nothing about this situation. I had no prior context. And, I mean, it is essentially like I often reference this, the gif of, I think it's from Community, of the guy walking into the apartment that's on fire, and I'm just carrying pizzas, I don't know what's going on, I'm just trying to make sense of what's happening. It is a layman's perspective, a man on the street, if you will, if you just pulled any random individual who has no connection to any of this shit, you'd probably wind up with a similar response to what I have to say here. It's also worth noting, one final thing before we get into things here, that this is not really going to be your average, I don't know, commentary video or whatever you might call it. I am going to spend the majority of this video ranting about society and the state of things today. You know, this is definitely like an 80-20 split of me talking about shit and the actual video we're watching. Because frankly, it's a bit of an EFAP situation. It's impossible to watch more than like 5 seconds of this video at a time without me just needing to go off and explode with fucking opinions about something. Without any further ado, I bring to you the victim of the modern age, Birdie. 2-hour video might be legit, also RAR XD vibes. That just sounds insufferable. It's 2 hours, and the first, I see. It might be legit. 100k subs, huh? Welcome back, me. Please be nice. Who are you? Okay. It's one of these cool animation channels. Maybe AI isn't so bad. Trigger warnings, everyone. There's a video I watched recently. And I know, it's so old hat to talk about trigger warnings, and I know I bring it up, like, every time. But there was a video that I watched recently that really pushed me over the fucking edge, because it was a video that it was about poetry, actually, and it had trigger warnings, and I was just beside myself. I was like, this is literally a genre, this is a medium that is designed to make you feel emotions and sometimes negative ones. And you're gonna give me a fucking trigger warning on a video about... I'm sorry, it is incredibly pathetic that the left has normalized this. It is just extraordinarily pathetic that a video about poetry needs to just have a little statement to make sure nobody feels bad. It is so fucking pathetic. It is miserable. It is miserable. There was a time when I would, like, click off of every fucking video I saw that had some, this is a content warning if you feel icky about this stuff. And at a certain point, I just was like, well, if I did that, I would have nobody left that I can watch. Everyone does that now. This is just what you do now. We have completely normalized being a little baby who can't handle words on the internet. And it's always with the excuse of like, well, but there's some people who are survivors of like, yeah, and I'm sorry, they also can't handle words on the internet. They probably should not be treated like this. They should probably have to learn to deal with words on the internet. Holy fucking shit. God, that pisses me off. Let's get going. Let's get going. Yeah, no, I did. I got triggered. We got so much. Holy shit! Look at all the triggers! Wow, this is a real triggering video! video, we got, including but not limited to, grooming, sexual assault, child sexual assault, child abuse and neglect, emotional abuse, whatever that one is, animal abuse, animal neglect, medical neglect, self-harm and suicide, harassment, sexual harassment, revenge porn, incest, NSFW art, transphobia, racism, mental illness, psychosis, paranoia, abusive relationships, and dice.org. Come on down! Alright, awesome. So much trigger warnings, loud noises! Why can't I hold all these triggers? How are we loving this font that has, like, sexual assault and the A has a little heart in it, by the way? Does that seem like it fits with this? I don't know if that fits with this. The period on dice.org is a heart. I don't know if that fits with this so much, but we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Get all the triggers out of the way. Get all the sensitive discussions out of the way. Please take care of yourself.
Please do not harass.
Stay safe. Don't hurt yourself. Don't step on a rake because you watched my YouTube video. Jesus Christ.
As anyone mentioned in this video, harassment is not condoned, nor is vigilante justice. Please do not attempt to—
Is this another cancel video? What is this? Oh god, what is this? What the fuck is this? Vigilante justice? We got some minor pushback, but it's pretty... a lot of people responding to this pretty positively. It is extremely annoying already. I don't know, maybe this person's got some real complaints. I don't know.
Hi, it's Birdie, or Damage Coda 6669.
Uh-huh.
So, it's been, what, 2 or 3 years now?
So, well, this is just disgusting. I know it's like harassment to say anything about a protected class like this, but this is just visually hideous. We got the sus germa. We got this, like, devil cat toy fucking tower, and there's trans flag, there's, like, a rainbow vomit, there's a troll face, there's, like, a bunch of fucking ponies. Cool person. This is just, like, it's like the users. It's very different, but it's the same type of thing. It's like they just define themselves by things that are external to them. It's like the whole sexuality pride flag thing is one thing where it's like, I mean, what does this say about you as a human being that you have this flag that just categorizes you as a bunch of other people or something? It's the same thing. It's just, I get the same vibes looking at, like, oh, there's an invader Zim and there's a troll face. So there's a Nyan cat. It's so many memes. It's the same. It's, instead of my entire personality is TV shows and cartoons for babies, it's my entire personality is memes and things the internet has told me to think. This is the first thing I'm feeling when I look at this. I mean, again, I'm sure I'm sorry to harass, you know, by having opinions about things that I see and visual stimulus that's presented in front of me, but this is just a disgusting image. I'm sorry. I don't know how else to say that. The art style, too, is not great. I don't, I'm, you know, maybe a very nice, lovely person. I have no idea. Not a comment on their character. What part of this image tells you, I mean, outside of, like, ironic, like, oh, this tells me all I need to know, like, what part of this is actually saying anything about their personality, right? It's just like, these are things I like and memes I think are funny. And it's like, people just define themselves by this, like, list of fucking shit now. Like, I watched these shows. I know these memes. Please validate me. I exist. It's sad. It's just sad.
Oddly enough, I'm kind of excited to be back. It's about time I get released from the internet void. So, you're probably a bit confused. Like, hey, why have I been gone so long? Why did I come back? And oh, Birdie trauma.
Why does this fucking never mind. Why? Yeah, I'm confused. I know who you are, and I'm very confused by this, yeah.
That's a pretty weird thing that I've never talked about before. I'll get into all that juicy stuff in a bit, but first, I'd like to properly introduce myself for the first time. Hi, my name is Jack, or Lucifer.
I'm sure it is.
My pronouns are he, it.
at its behest, I guess that's the pronoun that I will use. I will say it from now on. You know, it sounds dehumanizing and makes me feel like a fucking asshole to call someone an it, but like, yeah, all right, sure. Let's listen to it talk to us. Let's listen to it speak.
I'm 19. I'm aroaced and gay. Ooh la la. My favorite colors are red, black, and yellow. I'm a demon kitty. I love rainbows and talk.
Yeah, I do like the consent to call someone it. That's again, it's like I'm bullying, but I don't even have to. I'm allowed to. It sounds so rude. That sounds so dehumanizing. You've turned yourself into an object. You're not even a person at that point. You're calling yourself an it? I know people do that. I'm just like, man, I feel sorry. That speaks to like some kind of self-esteem thing. I don't know. I mean, but all right. This is what it wants. I don't know.
And cats and randomness.
Randomness.
And Decora K and emo, but that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I have evil autism. I love South Park, BoJack Horseman.
Is this a joke, though? I mean, is this a joke? Why would it be a joke? They have, like, years of animations that look like this. There are people that are just like this. Why would this is just a person. This is the way that this person is. And they think that they're a super cool individual, just like everyone else. Just the 400 billion other fucking people like this on the internet. This is what people mean when they say Poe's Law is dead. This is the parody that I would make if I made a parody of this type of person. This would be the parody.
Moral Oral, Doki Doki Literature Club, Miracle
Evil Autism,
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and other
like
things.
Look at these pictures. This I mean, is it possible this is a joke though? Gamers don't die, they respawn. I mean, it's like this new era loves cringe too. They all want to be cringe too. I think that might be what this is. It's like trying to re-embrace the cringe. Like, it's epic because I'm so cringe and quirky, ooh woo. Cringe is now a good thing. Yeah, I mean, we have permission to call this person an it and say they're cringe, so it's like...
And other thingies. I have a kitty named Squirt. So during the making of this video, we got another cat, and I named her
Holds
Stupid,
up Spork.
and here she is.
You named your cat Stupid? That's not a nice thing to do. I know you think you're being epic and cool, but that's not a nice thing to do to your cat. Come on.
This is the day that I adopted her, and she just got home a few hours ago. Do you want to say hi, Stupid?
Yeah, hi, cat. Can we get into the transphobia and bullying or whatever? Because I hear bullies die twice. Yeah, the cat is cool. It's a great cat. I'm sure the cat is nice. Can we get into the real video now, please? And not the quirky holds up spork part of all of this? Can we, I guess we got another half of this segment to go. Okay.
Oh, she's biting me. Ah! Ah! Ah!
Taketin of Doom!
You're evil. Ah! Don't bite me.
It's so cute.
Don't bite me.
So
Stop it. I just want to pet you.
So adorable. This is such an adorable video.
Fucking stupid!
Yes, I am.
Cool.
I love head pats and biting everyone in the near vicinity.
Oh, just like Wilbur Soot. Yeah.
I'm sick in the head.
I can tell.
Omega cringe.
Do you need to... I guess it's like leafy. It's even channels like me still, you know, it's cringe culture. Anybody calling out cringe. Haha, this person is funny because they're embarrassing. And it's the pathetic point where someone does just go like, I have nothing else. I'm so desperate for attention that the only option I have left is to be epic cringe. I'm gonna make cringe my personality so that people have to notice me. I mean, there's no way you can't notice this, right? Like, that you just see this out of the corner of your eye and don't think twice about it. You stop and fucking look at this. You know, it's such a boomer fucking, like, Black Mirror kind of platitude, but the saying of, the internet brought us closer together but drove us further apart is true. Just this desperation for attention and identity. Everyone is online, everyone has their voice heard at all times. So how am I gonna make myself different from the rest? Well, congratulations. You're not even different from the rest. You're just another weird cringe zoomer. You're not- this is still not made you different. It's not. Only through having an actual personality and coming to terms with your demons can you actually be a rounded human being that's not just the sum of a bunch of fucking Wikipedia articles. This is just sad. It's just sad. And I'm really not trying to bully or anything. I'm sad for the future. I'm sad for the next generation and for all of the torment and, you know, mental anguish that this person, among others, are going to have to go through because of the internet, because of social media, and because of their parents, and whatever other reasons. And it's like, we can point and laugh and whatever, but it is ultimately just a shame. It's just a shame that this is where we are now.
Things are gonna be pretty much the same as before content-wise. I'm here to make animations that I think are neat, usually with some songs that I like. I might throw in some animation memes here and there too.
Yeah, it's older than you. I looked at the bio. It's Jack Lucifer Arrow Ace Gay 19. Those are the... Oh, he/it also. Those are the pronouns in bio. So, yeah, it's certainly younger than me, but older than some people.
Because why not? I've got some animations ready to post that I really enjoyed making, and I think you'll all enjoy them too.
Is this like sex porn? What the fuck is this?
I've got some animations ready to post that I really enjoyed making, and I think—
I don't need to see this. Who the fuck? What is this art style? It's like Astro Boy fucking Friday Night Funkin', like, it's like hyper deformed fucking Tumblr art. It's like if the worst extreme, the only thing it's missing is the stupid red nose. The only thing it's missing, the nose is not like, it doesn't look like this character has a cold. That's the only thing it's missing.
Because why not? I've got some animations ready to post that I really enjoyed making, and I think you'll all enjoy them too. I'll be uploading more frequently than I did before, but if you want to see more content from me, you can follow me on DeviantArt to see regular posts of my drawings, which I think are pretty cool. Or you could visit—
Yeah, I will say, someone says you want to know why you attract perverts. When you are, like, a pretty young person, you're making, like, sexualized, like, has-been Astro Boy Friday Night Funkin' smut. Or whatever the fuck this is. Like, yeah, you're probably gonna get some strange people. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you should know that already by this age. I feel like by the age of 19, it's not even like it's like, you should probably know that that's something you maybe... Where are the parents? Where the fuck are the parents? Like, God. No one can just be like, hey, maybe don't, like... I know victim blaming is bad, but how, like, someone needs to tell someone, don't sexualize yourself using a bunch of weird child bullshit on the internet. You're probably gonna get creepers. You're probably gonna get some weird people, you know? But apparently no one can tell them that.
my toy house to read about my characters. I have a few story projects I've been planning.
What is even happening? DeviantArt sucks. Here's my Twitter.
I have a few story projects.
It's a private Twitter, so like...
Projects I've been planning for a while too, so keep an eye out for those. Like Seth's Deadly Sin. There'll be...
Like what?
So keep an eye out for those. Like Seth's Deadly Sin.
Seth's Deadly Sin. What does that mean? Are these Zoomer words? What is happening? There's like kissing, of course there is. There's like a romantic sexual angle to some of this. Of course there is. God, I'm sorry, I really am not trying to bully, but this is just such a disgusting art style. Like, to me, anyway. I hate this.
Also, some of my art is pretty
Deadly
gory
Sins?
and contains
Okay.
dark themes, so be aware of that while navigating my content. I have a
What is
gory and contains dark themes,
Gory?
so be aware of that while navigating.
Yeah, why did I get creepy fucking child molester transphobe people in my comments when I was just being, like, posting gory art porn of, like, yeah, no, I can't imagine that brought any kind of sussy elements out. No, it's completely unsolicited. That came out of nowhere. It's like the Big Bang, just out of fucking nowhere. There was just weirdos. It's crazy.
Content. I have a straw page that explains this more in detail.
Oh dear God.
So be aware of
Let me
that while
see
navigating
this.
my content.
Yeah, be aware.
I have a straw page.
There's something about this that just, I'm just a silly guy. Ooh woo. So, you know why this bothers me? You know why I'm realizing why this bothers me? Because this is the exact type of person that was on that fucking Predator forum or whatever it was. It was that trans far left child sex advocacy, like, Twitter alternative thing that we looked at. Every bio on this website that was ostensibly people talking about how they wanted to groom kids, how they are actively grooming their nephews and nieces, every bio looked like this. Every single bio was exactly like this. Not the same font, not the same formatting, but it was the same flags, the same kins, the same fucking epic, silly, ooh-woo-ness, autistic BPD. We can tell, you know, everything. It was all the same. It was I'm not, you know, allegedly is all around on this 100,000 sub YouTube channel that I'm looking at here. But I am just saying, in my opinion, this is extremely similar to every person that we saw on that page, on whatever that site was called. I forget the name of it, but it was the Ezra site. It was, not a great website, and yeah, every single person on there seemed to have this exact bio, more or less. Some of them were a little older, some of them were a little more blatant about the things that they're, you know, into. Like, some of them had rape in their name and stuff like that, but yeah, basically this. So that, there's another reason why this kind of thing just makes me think of the Sephiroth preludes.
Page that explains this more in detail, so I'll link that in the description, and you can read it if you'd like to.
Who are all the people you're not allowed to interact with, or rather, who are not allowed to interact with you? Topics which may be triggering, including all of these cool things. Sadomasochism, eye strain. Oh, well, that's fair. That's fair.
So I'll link that in the description.
DNI, politely fuck off, please. Transphobes not allowed to interact. Racists and You know, this is another thing. This is one that has to be appended to the trigger warning rant. Really, do you really think this is gonna stop anyone if they don't like you based on your identity and they want to troll you? They're not going to politely look at your fucking thing that says, "Please don't troll me, ooh woo, XD," and just be like, yeah, oh, well, they said please, politely, so I guess I better not. This will not help anything. This is just embarrassing. And I know you want to be embarrassing, but I don't know, man. I don't know, do what you want, I guess. Not allowed to talk to Zoomers or, sorry, groomers or zoophiles. You put those right next to each other and it's a fun time. Maps, pedophiles, TERFs, SWERFs, Birdie drama people. Members of dice.org. I still don't know what that is. I hope we get into that eventually.
And you can read it if
Birdie Factkin / Birdie Alters / Yeah, you know, maybe if you fucking weirdos didn't allow this shit to happen, you wouldn't have to, like, put a blanket ban on it. You know, maybe if you people stopped pretending that everything was fucking valid and super cool and okay, that you wouldn't have to, oh, I'm a factkin. Yeah, of course you don't want these weirdos interacting with you. Fucking of course you don't. Of course you fucking don't want people with Birdie alters interacting with you. Fucking of course not. Maybe you types of people should stop allowing this to be fucking normalized. Factkin. Birdie alters. Fuck off.
Read it if you'd like to know more about me. Now prepare to go crazy and lose your mind. My animations are guaranteed to
this is an EFAP type of video. I mean, I'm 4 minutes in. We are not even into the actual drama and sexual abuse that we're getting into. This has just all been ooh woo, I'm so cringe and epic. this whole time. And look at the memes I like. Guys, Germa sus. It's a funny meme. Guys, you know Germa sus? That's a meme I like. I'm one of you. I'm in the culture. I know the meme. Please let me into the funny club that has the people that can be my friends that are also terminally unable to be themselves.
Super autism. Hold on. I'm eating mini tacos.
Oh, that's so random, dude. That is so random. I never would have thought to just eat mini tacos while I was talking about how I got groomed and transphobia harassed. I never. That's so random, dude. Thank you for being so brave.
I'd like to start explaining why I left and why I came back. I'm going to be very vulnerable for the rest of this video, so please consider the trigger warnings at the beginning.
Yeah, please. I considered them in depth. Don't worry. I've considered them very. I've put a lot of thought into them. Yeah, that's what I don't get about the trigger warnings too. Is like, okay, so everything needs to have trigger warnings, right? But this person's 19, and it does like gore art. Like the people that watch you are apparently watching you, and they look at your art, and you do gore art. Are they really gonna be, like, brain broken from seeing, like, transphobia? It's so pointless. The fucking trigger warnings are completely pointless. Completely pointless.
Or the ones on screen right now.
Freshly 19.
If you are a member of my
warnings.
family watching this video, I kindly advise that you stop here.
Apparently he tried to assault his ferret? Okay, what the fuck is happening here? They were hypersexual too back when they were maybe 14. I believe they got groomed by some other animator named Sleepy Kink. That's either King or with a Q at the end. Kink. Although I may be misremembering. This user is, yeah, I mean... Wait, wrong song. Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying.
This user is also the attention seeker.
It is stepping LGBT people back 5 years. Yeah, again, I feel like such a chud. I feel like a right-wing chud. I feel like chud-wing dork when I call someone an it. I tend to try to be respectful, but yeah, it's really pissing me off right now. I gotta be real. It's really annoying me. Y2K Mermaid with $5. Thank you for super chatting me $5 with Birdie lore. Birdie got accused of abuse/grooming/zoophilia by people only 3 years younger. It was 16.
You never see it coming.
So that's why you can't have zoophiles interacting, I guess. You don't want any of them to say, hey, I know him, or her, or them, or it, or whatever. Right. 16 at the time. Well, that was like Tamatoa was grooming a 10-year-old when he was 16. It doesn't make it not creepy just because you are also technically a minor at the time. That's still creepy. That's still weird. I mean, 3 years age difference. I mean, that is 13 at that point. That would still, I feel like if I was a 13-year-old and I knew another 13-year-old who was in a relationship with a 16-year-old, I think that would still be weird. Like, yeah, I know 3 years age gap is not that crazy, but at that point in time, it is a little bit. It's quite a bit. It's quite a gap at that point in time. And then, of course, the zoophilia. Was the dog one of the accusers? Man, white its fuck dogs. How about that? Ferret, though? I guess it wasn't a dog. It was a rodents and ferrets. We got a real Richard Gere situation. I see. You know, I don't think there was ever any proof of that. You know, we should start calling it a Birdie situation. But I guess that would be confusing because then it would imply that it was birds being shoved up. Anyways.
Possibly hurt me, and I'm going to be straightforward and honest about the damage that you've done. You will be anonymous and safe from harm in my video.
Oh, God.
I ask you again, please stop
baby safe from
If you
harm.
wanted to hear about the ways that you've abused me, you would have listened to me a long time ago, or reflected on your own actions. Okay, cool, bye, go away. And also, quick thing here, to everyone else watching this, hey,
I don't like this this segment here.
Hear about the ways that you've abused
This
me.
is directed toward the people this is about, I guess, and it's essentially saying you should leave the video and stop watching it while I talk about how you abused me, but I'm sorry, Birdie. I mean, again, I am being very harsh to this person. I really don't mean any ill will to this human being. Maybe now I do, now that there's some of the zoophilia-related allegations, but I mean, you know, we don't know about that. I don't know how true that is. Maybe we'll get into that here. But you know, I don't know this person. I don't hold any ill will, but it's like, Birdie, I'm sorry. We've seen a lot of people who will just make up shit, basically, about other people and call it abuse. We saw Star Giant claim that, I can see why Tivy said this is like Star Giant, because we saw Star Giant claim that they were abused for 26 years, and apparently that's Mr. Enter's deal. You know, mysterious Mr. Enter, who didn't like the movie Your Name, by the way, so that probably means he deserved it. But just being like, hey, people who abused me, please leave the video, you know what you did. It's very likely that they actually don't know what they did, and a lot of this might be news to them, and a lot of this might be, wait, you think that's harassment? You said you were cool with it like 10 times, though. I specifically asked you if you were okay with it, and you said it was okay for me to make that joke, and blah, blah, blah. Leighton from Super Mega is basically what I'm describing here. So, no, I think that the people who you're accusing of stuff probably should watch this.
Would have listened to me a long time ago, or reflected on your own actions. Okay, cool, bye, go away. And
Bye.
Also, quick thing here, to everyone else watching this, hey, I would really, 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 really appreciate it if you didn't go after my family like you keep doing. Yeah, Scorp knows.
You know, there's people that do that sort of thing, and why are there panties on the floor with a heart on them? You wanted to be groomed, dude! There's a fucking knife! I'm sorry! I don't see how I can look at this any other fucking way! What are you fucking doing with this background? This is fucking insane! Holy shit! What are you trying to get across with this? This video about how you were abused, look at this! Are you fucking kidding me? Yes, of course there were insane people that found your fucking channel! What do you fucking think? It seems like you're one of them! Ah, Jesus Christ. Not a bully stream. These are just opinions that I have. I look at the video and I say what I'm thinking. Why do you have panties on your floor in this cool, quirky art that you drew for your video about how you got abused and molested or whatever the fuck? This is very strange. Why is there a bloody knife? Very, very strange if you're trying to get a point across. This is not the best.
Yeah, Scorp's based.
Yeah, Scorp's super based. So, you know, it's talking about how people are going after its family. Once again, it is the preferred pronoun. And obviously I don't condone that. That's, you know, that gets into like life ruination shit. You don't do that sort of thing. You leave in internet shit on the internet.
Please leave them out of this. This is for explanation purposes. Like, they abused me very much, but like,
very much.
Going after them is going to hurt me very much. Which is probably the reason a lot of people—
This is suspicious. I'm just gonna say that is suspicious. This whole, like, shame them but don't go after them feels to me sort of like a... you know, it's like when that Katie Bugs woman was, like, she was exposing... what's his name? George Not Found, I think. She kept saying a bunch of shit that was like, oh, you know, don't go after him. And just ultimately it seemed like it was essentially to cover her ass. Like, yeah, if you actually do look too much into this, if we press the matter too much, certain things might come out that aren't favorable for me. So don't go after them. Don't say anything about it. Just listen and believe. Just listen to what I'm saying. Don't have any opinion about it.
People will go after them if they do after watching this.
It's an it. It's not a they.
I wish I could do something aside from just
Confirmed it.
saying this, but this is the best I can do. I wanted to tell the truth, and I'm going to, but it might have some consequences that I don't intend.
Oh boy, this is a questionable video, dude. Again, I don't know this person. I am just immediately, that's the art. We're like 6 minutes in, not even. It's the art, it's this whole, like... This just seems so similar to other cancel videos. I didn't think we'd be doing a cancel video today. This was just on the list. And it's 2 hours, too. And at this point in time, I'm very engaged with this video. Like, I mean, I don't know if I'll watch all 2 hours of it, but Jesus God. It's pretty entertaining so far. It might fall off eventually. I mean, we can only hope it doesn't stay entertaining the entire time.
I'm gonna mention here how abusive my parents have been to me my whole life, but due to recent events, I've come to find that my whole family is abusive, not just my parents, and I'd like to talk about it.
26 years of abuse at the hands of Mr. Enter. Here we go.
Let's start from the beginning. Picture this. It's 2021, right before I had my internet taken away. I was 16. So, for context...
Had my internet taken away. Apparently, there was a dollar store knife suicide attempt or something. Someone mentioned that earlier. I don't know. I mean, that's unfortunate. No one should probably kill themselves necessarily, but, I mean, but also we are really only just... That is apparently after, potentially after being outed as a zoophile and a groomer, so, like, yeah, yeah, I don't know. The pieces are all really falling into place, by the way. When someone said that they were hypersexual at 14, and they got groomed, and then they got it outed as a groomer and zoophile and all this stuff, and I don't know how true any of that is, but when I said that their bio, sorry, I keep saying it, I'm sorry, I keep making this person sound like a human. When I said that its bio reminded me of all of those other its on that trans pedophilia forum, it's not a forum, it was like a Twitter alternative. The pieces are all falling into place, aren't they? They are all just, you know, it's all, I would not, at this point, I would be even less surprised if this person happened to be one of the, fuck, this could be one of the people specifically that we looked at on that fucking stream. I don't know. I mean, allegedly's, of course, I have no way of knowing that. That's not in any way based on anything. I'm just saying, the pieces are all lining up. It sounds pretty...
My parents are very abusive.
Is the allegedly not on the screen? Oh, the allegedly is on the screen. It's just pretty small. You know, just... All I'm saying is that a lot of the things I'm seeing right now and hearing from people in chat are reminding me of that fucking Tumblr Twitter page. The alternative Twitter, whatever it was called, run by Ezra, it was entirely filled with young trans people who wanted to groom children. I can't make it not what that is. That's exactly what it was. They weren't all trans, some of them were just allies. But allegedly, this certainly is all, this coupled with what I've heard in chat, you know, grooming, zoophile allegations, all sounds very similar to the things that are being discussed on that website. This coupled with this art style and the bio and everything else happening right now. Yeah, allegedly. Just a big ol' allegedly on that. I'm just saying it reminds me of things I've seen. I'm not saying anything for fact or legally, you know? I'm just saying I've seen other things that remind me of this video, and that is one of them, unfortunately. I don't make the rules.
But first, let me put this into perspective for you. They are conservative Trump supporters.
Oh my fucking god! That is supposed to trump, no pun intended, this person being a zoophile, by the way. Allegedly. I mean, again, I don't know if that's true. That's what the allegations were. We know that allegations are all kinds of fucking lies these days, most of the time, so it's possible that was not real, you know, it's possible that this person got fake canceled too, and that's even worse if you think about it, as someone who got targeted by, you know, just a hate mob in their teens, targeted with this fake cancellation shit. And, yeah, I mean, if that's the case, that's even worse. I don't know if there's any truth behind all of this. I don't know. all of the stuff being said that they are apparently a zoophile. But in the case that they are, Jesus fucking Christ, in the case that it is a zoophile, yeah, I guess this is supposed to be worse than that, is that they are, the parents are Trump supporters, and they like, they're conservative politic people. And that's, I guess, supposed to, in some way, make us more sympathetic than, right, yeah, maybe your parents weren't so conservative until you started acting up, I'm just gonna say. I mean, maybe they had no opinion, and then they were, I don't know, but it's like, I feel like if I was a parent, yeah, I would probably go hard in one direction just to spite my asshole kid, like, oh, you're gonna get a tattoo of the Anarchy logo, are you? Okay, fucker. Alright then. Alright, it's Ted Cruz. Your next president's gonna be Ted Cruz if you're not fucking careful! You know, so, I mean, yeah, we're supposed to, I guess, be like, OMG, I can't believe you small little bean had to deal with having conservatives near you. Are you okay? Are you well? Its whole family is abusive, so this must be what it means.
Racist.
They're racist. Oh, everything.
Transphobic.
Oh my god. Oh my god!
Anti-mask.
Everything that you could be!
Conspiracy theorists, hardcore Christians, they're literally in a cult, and they have 6 kids.
I don't know, are you talking...
Not including me.
Not included, this is your parents, right? Alright, right. Okay, so, that's certainly a list of things about them. Does that make them not human or not parents that might still care about you and want you to be happy? Does that make them completely unable to look at you and see that you're clearly a desperate mess and very unhappy? Like, yeah, of course they're fucking... I don't know, yeah, you're also a fucking weirdo, lefty, insane fucking zoomer, and that doesn't make you not a human being with, like, you know, the right to exist. I don't know, this is, of course, the 2024 times. So, you know, my family is evil and bad, and they're worthless because of all of these bullet points that the internet told me were bad. And, like, you know, yeah, a lot of these things are pretty bad, sure, but, like, you could say a lot about you, too. I mean, there's a lot of things you could fucking say about any individual you want to say. But I don't see how this necessarily completely means that everything they say to their child is wrong. I don't see how having 7 kids is a problem, by the way. Having 7 kids is one of the points against them. In addition to being sexist, transphobes, one of the things that makes the parents evil is that they have procreated too much. Those monsters. They've had children. Yeah, they really should have been fucking dogs and, like, has-been hotel characters instead. Yeah. What freaks. They had children. They had consensual intercourse for the purposes of procreation. Actual insane monsters.
They have emotionally, verbally, sexually, and physically abused me for my
They're just
whole life,
boomers.
as well as neglecting me. And I can say that my siblings have endured similar treatment.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, my parents were the reason I had to take a hiatus in the first place. So, in 2021, I went through the worst...
Yeah, I went through a bad breakup, I see. Yeah, I gotta be real here. I mean, you know me, I'm center wing dork. I'm just like Boogie, you know, I'm right in the middle. This would absolutely drive me. If I had to deal with this person every day, I would have absolutely become more right wing. Because this reminds me of, like, how things were on Twitter in, like, 2014, when a lot of people were like this. And I mean, they are like this now, but I avoid social media now. A lot of people were like this, and it made it real easy to just assume, you know, a lot of negative traits about a lot of people. It's like, yeah, I mean, maybe being a boomer Trump-supporting fucking, like, QAnon member is not the answer, but this is also very clearly, self-evidently not the answer to your problems as a human being. Maybe maybe not being a political weirdo is what you need to do. Maybe Politics is the mind poison.
Breakup of my life.
Terrible breakup in 2021, and that's why they killed themselves? Almost killed themselves.
And I began to deteriorate emotionally and physically.
Hey, Big
One
Jack.
day, my parents literally swarmed me in the basement, so I hid in my room, and they screamed through the door for about an hour.
Holding Ted door. So here is the moment where the uploader of this video, Birdie, has drawn and illustrated their own trauma. And we really let a lot slide with the excuse of, like, everybody processes trauma differently, bro. You know, we let a lot of really obvious attention-seeking bullshit slide. And, like, discrepancies in people's stories sometimes, and yada yada. A lot of things we just let slide because, well, trauma, though. I don't know. I am looking at this, and it's very strange that you, who needs trigger warnings at the start of your video, and then also 5 minutes into the video, extra trigger warnings, you have now illustrated your own trauma to share with everyone. That seems like a strange thing to do. That just seems like something... I guess it's brave and courageous for them to face their trauma or something, but it's, I don't know, it does come across a bit attention-seeky. Please give me attention.
Lazy and faking depression to quote-unquote be a victim or whatever.
Yeah, I can't imagine why your parents... Hey, child! Hey, bird child! Hey, it kind of fucking seems like you're just full of shit a little bit. Just maybe trying to be a victim or something? Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where that comes from. That's crazy.
Lazy and faking depression to quote-unquote be a...
Is the dad Yick from Alex from Yick? Maybe.
More about
what is this? When verbal abuse hits XD, I am completely numb. Verbal abuse. Hits with a Z. Is this a joke? There's no way this is, because this is this person has had the drama, they've been accused of being a zoophile. This has to be just a real response. But this is someone who is being told by their parents, apparently, that they are a victim, that they are acting like a victim. They're trying to pretend to be a victim. And while communicating that to us in this video, they have this cutesy fucking leet speak shit to make it seem like they're all fucking quirky or whatever. Yeah, you absolutely are trying to make victimhood part of your identity, and it's not unreasonable for your parents to suggest that. My parents keep calling me, I'm just pretending to be a victim, and, I'm just trying to get sympathy points, and that's just not true, but they just keep harassing me and bullying me. Please donate to my Patreon to help me feel better.
Faking depression to quote-unquote be a victim or whatever.
Whatever.
Cut off my internet directly afterwards.
I kept cut off my internet. Yeah, I just tried to kill myself, and apparently I touch ferrets, according to people online. And, they decided that I shouldn't have the internet anymore. This feels like Chibi Necodemics. This is like Chibi's mom fucking getting the phone call about how he sent dick pics to a 17-year-old. And oh my god, he didn't do that, did he? Oh, Josh is a silly boy. He's up to silly things. I think that's his name, Josh. I forget his fucking name, but yeah.
Refused to bring it back. This happened when I was 14 too, except
cutting down the internet.
I ended up having a psychotic break that lasted for months.
Yeah, this happened when they were 14. When it was 14. It had a psychotic break. 14 is allegedly when this person was a hypersexual online individual who yeah, again, I'm just saying all the fucking pieces are falling into place, dude. I'm just saying. This is such an extremely one-sided take on this, too. I mean, it is just your story. People always do this where they're like, I'm gonna tell my story, but yeah, it is just your story. I mean, I don't know why I'm supposed to... Why did you have a mental break? Because your parents were Trump supporters? Is that the reason? Or is it because of other reasons? Is any of this related to the ferrets I heard so much about?
And the Wi-Fi being out was most of the reason for it. I would like to clarify.
Literally had a mental breakdown because they couldn't. Are you kidding me? Is this real?
Too, except when I was 14, I ended up having a psychotic break that lasted for months, and the Wi-Fi being out was most of the reason for it.
Literal mental breakdown. These people can't function in society. Actual. I'm speechless. I'm actually speechless. Mental breakdown because no internet. Actual mental breakdown. Unable to exist. Straight up padded cell. Fucking straitjacket because no internet. Quite fucking something. Mental breakdowns aren't girly pop, bitch. It's holding up a spork. Is it holding up a spork? I think it might be. I think it's... Oh my god! It's a spork, everyone! It's got a spork and it knows how to use it! No one else knows how to use a spork better than fucking Penguin of Doom over here. This generation is so tapped, it's justifying the jokes of boomers. I don't know how else to... Yeah! Like, when you see the boomers that say jokes about, like, kids can't function without their phones, this is what they mean. Literal mental breakdown. I mean, according to this person, it probably wasn't that serious, you know. I mean, maybe it was, though. Like, I could believe it. I have no trouble believing either that this is just a bit of an exaggeration. They were having a real hard time. Or that this is completely literal and they were in a fucking padded cell with a straitjacket. I mean, maybe not full straitjacket, but maybe not padded cell. But some kind of fucking, like, care center, you know, some kind of fucking facility, psych ward shit. Because they were unable to use the internet, because they're Trump-supporting... God damn it, because its Trump-supporting parents wouldn't let it go online and be a victim online, and continue to be groomed by weirdos. That's the other thing about the evil parents here. If everything we're hearing is true, this person was, at 14, this is when this happened, was apparently already being groomed by some other fucking weirdo in this animation community. And was, like, hypersexual online, and maybe that's why your fucking parents took away your internet. You know, maybe that's why. Maybe there's reasons. Maybe your parents had some good ideas outside of the QAnon and whatnot. Although I did earlier voice my support for the general basic thesis of what QAnon was getting at, so I mean, hey, you know... I guess this is the stream. This is the one that fully pushes me over the edge, baby.
I was diagnosed with psychosis in September.
I suffer from paranoid episodes literally every month. It's awesome. Well, it is awesome, though. This is what all of you people want. I don't know how they can continue to pretend that this is like... It's like, who do they think that they're fooling when, like, this type of person acts like, oh, people, there's not really that many people that are just faking their illnesses for attention. Like, are you sure about that? I don't know who they think they're fooling. It's like telling me the sky is green. Yeah, no, I'm sure you... I mean, it does say that it was diagnosed, so hey. Again, I do have no trouble believing that there's a heavy amount of psychosis involved in this. Yeah, no, and someone says they're ironically all the same, the aesthetic, the trying hard to be unique and being crazy and ill and abused. It's tiring. Well, and yeah, it's such a desperate attempt for attention, but it is, I mean, like, ironically, it would be so much more, like, individual, I guess is the word. This person would be much more of an individual that I look at as being a human being that's not just a collection of, like, TV tropes articles or something. And, like, various know your meme pages, right? If this was just, like, a person sitting at a desk with a camera, how many of the things that you're seeing here? We got Germa, and then most of the rest of this is properties owned by things. Okay, and there's a troll face. And then there's, like, this is the type of person that buys into the rainbow capitalism, too. That's another element of this, is, like, you see these flags. This is the person who goes to every restaurant that's got their pride flag smoothie for fucking June or July or whichever month it is. I'm one of the straights, I don't remember. Identity is hard. You know, I look at myself sometimes and I'm like, am I not more than just, hey, I played Kingdom Hearts this month, and last month I was into Godzilla, and the month before that I was into Wu-Tang Clan. And I think about that sometimes, and it's like, well, no, I take elements of those and I don't let that become my whole personality. It's interests that I have briefly. But it's like, you know, it's worrying when you're aware of that. It becomes easy to like, shit, oh god, I'm wearing a logo. Oh god, am I just a corporate stooge? Oh no, am I a stooge? And the answer is usually yeah, probably.
As I elaborated on my symptoms, he realized it was something more severe and that I'm most likely schizospec.
Jesus Christ.
So
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my god, nobody is sicker than me. You know what? Read this one. Read this. I'm going to grab a Coca-Cola. Goon, 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 goon. Goon, 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 goon. Goon, 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 goon. Somebody says they were going to sing the Goon song. I have to assume that's the Goon song. There's one down here that says, please don't rape me. That's the first one I noticed when I came back. Yeah, I'm perfectly comfortable in saying that I don't care if it's called victim blaming. Yeah. Kind of asked for it. Yeah.
So at the moment, I just call it psychosis for convenience. So, back then,
Yeah, I'm sure this whole thing is very convenient for you.
obviously didn't want to have a psychotic break again, and I had nothing else to live for aside from the internet, so I attempted
Sewer slut. Ruined a generation of Zoomers. Can we hear what was just said here again? Another desperation cry for humanity?
and I had nothing else to live for aside from the internet.
This is terrifying. This is not the wake-up call that you have to go outside and read a fucking book and learn a language and go to the gym, go join a group, fucking play D&D with people, you know? At the very least, leave your group that you're in and find a new internet group. Like new friends, new people, new interests, something. No, I'm gonna not kill myself, and then I'll wait a bit, and then I'll go back to doing exactly what I was doing that made me want to kill myself. I mean, I bet it was because it didn't have access to the internet. So it's the internet that saves them. It.
So I attempted suicide. I told my parents I needed to go to the hospital because I thought I was bleeding out when I was actually fine. And they refused to give me medical attention, and they laughed at me and even threatened to call the police because I was quote-unquote threatening them to take me to the hospital.
It's funny when they put it in quotes because they almost know. Like, I've seen this before in videos where it's like, I believe that. You can put it in quotes, but when you say that and, oh, what? Like, that's so crazy. No! Based on the things I've seen, I don't think that's... You literally just said no one is more fucking...
Something more severe.
Where is it?
I'm most likely schizospec.
Nobody is sicker than me! A bastard child of the World Wide Web, XD. Oh my god, I can't stop looking at it. Yeah, if no one is sicker than you, I kind of feel like those who exist to fetish me, degrade me, and tear me apart. Fetishize me. Look at this one, too. Let the internet fight all your battles because you have a petty personal vendetta. Wow, it's all over, dude. It's so over. There's, like, pills, too. It's so over. It's so done. We're just so done. Yeah, I can believe that your parents felt threatened by you, potentially. Potentially. Maybe they thought you were going to call CPS on them. Maybe you said you'd call CPS on them. Or something like that. I feel it's not at all unreasonable to think that you weren't threatening them in some fashion. Just because you wrap it with quotes and say, what? Like, that would never happen. It's not unreasonable at all. No one is sicker than you, so I mean, hey.
The next day, I heard my mom on the phone gossiping to her friends about how I attempted suicide and how stupid I was for doing it, and then treated my dad like a hero for refusing to take me to the hospital. I just listened.
Okay, so that's this person's side of things. What that sounds like to me is something more like Yeah, she's doing it again. Yeah. Something about go to the hospital. I'm literally triggered right now. Dad was watching the game. He couldn't. Which, again, I mean, you should probably be... This doesn't seem like a happy home life, you know? Like, that's one thing, but, man, this is... this is obviously pretty one-sided. Again, the parents are not allowed to watch this, by the way. The parents and other people who've abused this person are specifically instructed to fuck off and not watch this because they know what they did, and if they felt bad, they would have done something before to, you know, apologize or something. So, you know, as far as this person wants, this is all we're getting. We're not going to ever hear from the mom or the dad about what really happened here. We are just expected to believe this because it's very sad and obviously happened exactly the way that it's being described here. And surely no one on the internet has ever lied for any reason, you know, sort of like for personal vendetta, kind of like that alleged art that this person made that has, alludes to that. I don't know.
And cried. And it's not like they couldn't afford to take me to the hospital. While I was showing psychotic symptoms at 14, they were afraid of me and hated being around me. And so they would take me to the hospital whenever they didn't want to deal with me, and they would leave me there for a few hours or overnight. I had to take a hiatus because my internet was gone for a long time, and even when I got my internet back, I decided not to come back because this place wasn't good for me mentally.
That was the right call. Why did you come back? I'm not... Like, now I feel like the asshole watching this video. I'm not trying to harass anyone, but this is such nonsense, though. You're goddamn right you're a victim. I don't think you're a victim of your fucking parents or anything, but you're a victim of the modern age. You're a victim of society, man. You're a victim of the fucking computers and the internet. They probably hoped that when you were off the internet that you might develop a fucking hobby or get a job or meet someone or do something in real life that doesn't involve a screen and likes and fucking epic emojis. But literally unable to function, and that is the parents' fault to an extent. I mean, it seems like the parents, you know, if any of what we're hearing from this person is true, yeah, the parents just dropped it off in hospitals and just like let them take care of it. You know, don't bother parenting, I guess, you know. And I mean, that seems to be a common trait with a lot of these fucking people. The parents just leave their kids in front of YouTube and let that do the fucking work. And yeah, so I mean, it's the parents that allowed this to happen. It's the parents that allowed this to get to a point where the kid has a fucking mental breakdown because they don't have the iPad for 5 minutes at the age of 14.
Combined with my parents and with my breakup, this place would have broken me, so I decided to stay away. I found loopholes to get my internet back in 2022 without my parents' knowledge, of course.
Of course.
But with my internet taken away, I quickly began to realize the extent of my parents' abuse, and I realized I needed to get away from them as soon as possible. But I was only 16, and I didn't have any friends IRL, so there was nobody to save me.
It's such a fucking cocktail for bad shit. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like, it's not... I don't want to act like it's entirely on this person's fucking shoulders to not be this way, right? Because this is the way that they've been conditioned to be by the internet, by the culture they're part of, and by their parents. It's not fair to look at someone like this and be like, well, just stop being a cringe loser and whatever. Like, that's not productive, and it doesn't really help. And it's like, yeah, to an extent, this person is a victim. And it's like, it's just such an unfortunate cocktail of like no IRL friends, no one to save me. Like, of course you're going to start talking to weird older people on the internet who are going to, you know, like, God, like, yeah, I just, it's not, I don't know what the message here is. I guess, as usual, it's parent your fucking kids better. It's don't sit your child in front of an iPad and let either Blue's Clues or The Left raise them. Because this is what happens.
Eventually, an online friend, who I will not be naming here, got in contact with me and offered me a safe place to stay. The issue with this is he lived all the way in Maryland, and I lived in Washington State, so...
yeah, I found someone online who will save me from my hell. Fucking Rapunzel syndrome. Jesus Christ. I am just a humble little girl held up in a tower here. Someone save me. Don't care how you do it.
So I would need to prepare to move cross-country. I waited until I turned 18, and I prepared for over a year, all while hiding my plans from my parents. I relied on this guy for my own safety, and he began to emotionally abuse me as well.
What are we supposed to say? Like, I'm sorry that happened to you? I guess. It's unfortunate that that happened to you. But it sounds like, yeah, it's an unfortunate scenario. It's the grooming thing, but it's also just like, I mean, I don't know, you literally have art that's like, ooh, ooh, please don't rape me. I mean, what do you fucking think? I'm sorry. I'm only allowing it an extent to which I'm like, yeah, this really sucks and is unfortunate, but on another level, let's be real here. You probably could have done some things to mitigate this happening, and even at this point, you still seem to be presenting yourself in this fashion. It still seems to be presenting itself as some kind of super cool, ooh-woo, hypersexual individual, and it's like, if you don't want this kind of attention, well, you know the answer, but you also, I think that this piece of, again, allegedly, of art was very telling, actually. I want to go back to this. I know I keep jumping back to it, but this piece of art...
Something more severe, and that I'm most likely schizospec.
This is very telling, in a way. I keep thinking about this in these weird fucking words. Let the internet fight all your battles because you have petty personal vendetta. A bastard child of the World Wide Web, XD. You know, I say quote-unquote art. As much as I am annoyed by this, I am gonna say this is art. This is eliciting a very visceral emotion from me of panic and fear and... Jesus Christ, this is terrifying. I mean, I guess it's effective on that level. Just show up to my house and kill me already, it says. My body is functional, but I exist as a digital being. This is horrible. This is horrible. This is horrific and horrible. At the same time, the phrase, like, cry for help doesn't begin to explain this. There's cutesy razor blades and Pop-Tarts and XDs and bloody knives. This is terrifying. This is terrible. I'm sorry, we keep going back to that, but that piece of, I keep saying, like, oh, haha, quote-unquote art. But it is. It's ugly in a way to look at. I don't like the style, but it is making me feel things that I don't want to feel. I needed a trigger warning for that art.
All while hiding my plans from my parents.
Digital horror.
I relied on this guy for my own safety, and he began to emotionally abuse me as well. He became my favorite person, because guess what? I have borderline personality disorder.
Oh, that one too? Wow.
I will talk about more later, which quickly worsened our unhealthy relationship.
I had no way of knowing that someone like this would have BPD.
As soon as I had plans ready to purchase a plane ticket, he blocked me, leaving me back at square one, stuck in my abusive household with my parents and with no support system at all. Yeah,
you know, that's unfortunate. Shit happens. Maybe they live in a small... Sorry, I keep forgetting it's a human being. Yeah, it's not a human being, sorry. Maybe it lives in a small town, and there's, like, you know, nobody there that they, you know, can get along with, and, like, you know, there's reasons why someone like this might have no IRL friends. I mean, that's understandable, especially now. I mean, why would anybody have IRL friends in this fucking day and age? Everyone's like this. It's like Chris Chan's parents. How could they have fucking known what to do with a child like Chris? How could they have possibly known how to raise someone like Chris? You know? And especially the way that they are, the way they're conditioned to be, like, religious. These people are apparently, like, you know, Trump supporter people. They maybe are not going to be taking them to therapy and all the stuff that they need to be taken to, right? Because that's just not the way that they were raised. It's like, it's just a shame. The whole thing is just a shame.
He intended to let me stay at his mom's house, and I was under the impression that she knew I would be coming and that she was allowing me to stay there. I learned after the fact that this guy had lied to me and that his mom had no idea about our plans. Like, she just thought that I was coming to visit, not that I was gonna live there. Also,
Well, yeah, I mean, like, most of my response to this in the fashion that's not, like, we're all doomed, or some attempt at sympathy is just kind of like, well, yeah, it sounds like you were a stupid teen and some stupid shit happened to you. I'm sorry to hear that, but, I mean, it shouldn't have happened, but, like, it's like, yeah, now you know not to do these things, I guess, hopefully. I mean, it's like, it sucks, but, like, what are you gonna say? Like, yeah, these are all things that anybody who isn't, like, 16 would know not to get involved in. I mean, sorry, it's unfortunate. You know, but you probably shouldn't have been allowed to be so fucking unfettered on the internet, right? You know, after the first mental breakdown over this bullshit, that should have been their clue. That should have been the sign the parents had to be like, yeah, okay, just we're not gonna let our kid back on the internet. I mean, I guess they'll hate you forever or something, but maybe at some point, you know, at some point, a real life might be developed that doesn't involve fucking screens and memes and products. So, at some point, but seems unlikely now.
Another really weird thing that this guy did is that he kept bribing me with gifts from, like, Amazon that he planned to give to me when I arrived at his house. And, like, even weirder, I have proof that these gifts were real. He ended up sending, like, 3 of them to me in the mail.
Thanks, Maryland guy. Yeah, and it's like, go fuck yourself, I guess. Alright, I guess. Yeah, well, you know, guy probably shouldn't have been grooming you. That's pretty bad, okay.
And he would
whole
hold
thing
these
is pretty
gifts over
fucking
my
weird.
head constantly to, like,
Distasteful.
manipulate me.
But are we not going to address the allegations that, once again, if you've all just joined, if anyone's joined, this user is also alleged to be a zoophile and a groomer itself, sorry, who apparently likes ferrets and rodents. And I don't know how true that is, and I don't know if we're getting into that, but you know, it's possible that there's some people to blame for that. I don't know who would be to blame for that. Maybe it's the person that, you know, groomed. It's a cycle of abuse thing, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, that's an element of this. This is a long video, as you can see.
Like, whenever I did something that he didn't like, he would try to control me by being like, dude, I spent, like, $300 on gifts for you, and you're gonna act like this? You're such a bad friend. And, like, he would keep increasing the price. And
yeah, I want to point out this comment, too. My groomer had the audacity to block me instead of taking me to his house. Like, I just don't understand. That was the best outcome? Yeah, I mean, it's the thing where we're supposed to be like, oh, I've also been... I've also been, you know, ghosted, and I feel you, sister. Oh, I'm on your side. But then, yeah, that's probably, if this is what you're describing, then you probably shouldn't have gone to his house, though. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it's unfortunate that that happened. It's unfortunate that you got ghosted, I guess, but it sounds like that was the best outcome. Yes, that is a good point, actually. Thank you for pointing that out.
Every time he, like, used this tactic, like, it started out as, like, I spent $200 on you, and then it went up to, like, $400. So, honestly, I don't know how much he spent on those gifts. And also, I never asked for them. It honestly, to me, it felt like a huge burden. I never asked for any of the gifts. He just decided to love bomb me with them.
I was in my head just saying, don't say love bombing, don't say love bombing, don't say love bombing. Where do they get the playbook? Where do these people read this? Is it like one of those little pocket Bibles that's like really small and you just thumb through it and it's like, ah, yes, love bombing. Yes, commit that one to memory. Got it memorized. You know, where do they go? They all know these words that just like, apparently... If everyone who's ever been abused just knows these things, these love bombings and these... God, every single video like this, it's the same shit. It's like hearing opinion basher. It's like hearing attention seeker. Well, that one's just fair though. I mean, in this scenario. I think it's fair to use that term, but it's like hearing opinion basher. It's like hearing user. It's the same thing, except instead it's love bombing or fucking one of the other ones, gaslighting.
Because holy shit, that's a lot of money to spend on like a manipulation tactic. If I'm being honest, that's what it is. Like, holy moly. So, now it's the beginning of 2023. I ended up moving 4 times in just this year, and I endured so much abuse, which I will elaborate on shortly.
I stubbed my toe one time. That door was pretty abusive. I didn't see that it was. I didn't see it. So I said, fuck that door. It's transphobe. And then I was trying to get onto a bus, and I pressed my card against the thing, but I didn't have enough money on my card. And then I said, can you please let me on? I'm disabled and trans. And then they said, no, you need to have money to ride the bus. And so it's also the transit people. They're also transphobes, ironically, given the name. And they were bullying me and harassing and abusing me. And then also I bought this book one time and it was a little bit heavy. And you know, I feel like they could have printed it on lighter paper. That was very abusive to my wallet as well. It was a very expensive. It was $29 for the book, and I just don't feel like I got my content that I asked for. Like I didn't get my money's worth out of it, and that was abusive toward me. That was very abusive toward me personally. So yeah, basically, I'm a victim.
I got back on my feet quickly, and I prepared to complete my GED so I could get a job and afford to move out. Despite the significant progress I was making, my parents kicked me out very soon after I turned 18.
Yeah, you can't spell abuser without user.
With the intention of...
Why does the bug version of this character have a fat dumpy? Why, was this part of the original meme? I don't know what meme this is. Is this like from Bug's Life or something? It just looks like a bug. It's like a stick bug. But why is there an ass? Why do you continue to sexualize yourself in this video that's demanding to stop being, like... Very mixed, weird signals for this video that seems to be about how... I don't know. Very continuously throughout this video, things that...
Leaving me homeless.
It's probably like a thorax or something, but it's just a very strange way to do this. I don't know.
On the streets.
Homeless. They super mega made me homeless, everyone.
The day I was kicked out, I went to my grandma's house, and she allowed me to stay there and eventually decided that she would house me until I could afford to move out. I was already working towards completing my GED, so this seemed viable at the time. Issues began to arise when she expected me to wake up early to go to school 3 days a week and work on math at home for an hour every day, as well as getting to all my appointments by myself. Which I know it sounds ridiculous that this is where I began to suffer, but I dropped out of school in 9th grade and I have super autism. There's also the fact that I can't drive, so I would have to take public
19 years old, by the way.
Education programs and wherever else every time I needed to go, and it was a 15-minute walk to the bus stop every day. It was the middle of summer, and I didn't have any cool clothes thanks to my parents' neglect.
My parents' neglect. Okay. You don't have any cool clothes. What do you mean? What do you mean? Your only clothes are sweaters? What are you talking about? You can't... I guess you can, because look at the like ratio on this. Everyone supports this. It's a very small minority of people that are against this video. Everyone's supporting this video. And apparently you very much can just blame your parents for everything. You can apparently just blame your parents and society and transphobes or whatever for everything. And a very large chunk of people will just sympathize with you. And they won't ask questions. And they will just go, oh, you poor baby. Oh, your parents didn't... Like, what? You can't cut some fucking jeans into shorts? Like, what do you mean? You can't go to a Value Village and grab some fucking shorts? What are you talking about, my parents' neglect? This is so... At a certain point, I'm sorry, you have to... Even as, like, a teenager, when it's like, oh, I wasn't able to have, like, summer clothes. Okay, cut some jeans. Listen, I was poor, too. Fucking figure it out. It's not all on them. You gotta be your own adult. I hate to be all pick yourself up by your fucking bootstraps, but at a certain point, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, holy shit. It's ironic to be so babied by your fucking parents and society, but apparently hate your parents so much, too. Because how else do you wind up like this? Fucking just like a crying baby having a tantrum on a changing table, unable to fend for themselves or do anything without their parents' intervention, apparently. I'm sorry, if you're like, what is this, 19-year-old? You're an adult? Even if you're 16 in this scenario still. That's like, you can probably get a job yourself and fucking get some clothes. Like, it's not ideal, but that is a thing you could probably do. At the very least, you can fucking modify some clothes you have. I just don't believe that you were, like, unable to get... We're 14 minutes into this video, chat! This video is not getting less funny. It's not getting less funny and hilarious to dissect every fucking second of this thing. Jesus Christ.
There were also a shit ton of other things I was dealing with at the time, like medical shit.
Oh,
and
no.
Speaking of which, I am chronically anemic, which means that I physically cannot...
Oh my god, I get it. Everything is bad for you. Everything's bad for a lot of people. It's really hard to be living in the West with fucking functional internet and, like, parents that probably to some extent care about you. I'm sure it's really hard. I'm sure it's a lot harder than being bombed out in a Middle Eastern country.
TLDR, I'm disabled. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but I swear to God, my body and my mind were not built for this kind of lifestyle. I quickly...
Yes, so maybe you shouldn't... Nobody's body and mind were built to be looking at fucking screens and engagement farming all day. No one's body and mind are built for this shit. No one is.
When I attempted to explain this to her, she yelled at me, which forced me into obedience and led to me attending school programs in a burnt-out state for several months. I'd like to add, these programs were doing literally...
Never mind, sorry, I believe the things that they aren't meant to do were walking and activity and doing things. I'm sorry, I misinterpreted. That's my fault. I apologize. I went on a whole rant there, but the actual purpose of the rant should be that this person is complaining that they aren't built... Their mind and body are not built to function. I have one hand. Your problems are lesser than mine. Fuck you.
To help me progress with my GED. I started going to a GED prep program in person, and I completed two of the 4 tests independently.
Yeah, it's a pill of color stream, that's right.
I shifted my focus to math, which has always been my weakest point, and they set me up on a school...
Finally something I can sympathize with.
Book to take the GED practice test so that the curated lessons could be gauged from my answers from their website.
You know, I really hate the way this fucking cat or dog or whatever keeps being, like, animated to move back here. This is really annoying. I mean, the whole background, it's like I'm over it at this point, but this is such a background, Jesus Christ.
I just so happen to be much slower at it and have a hard time understanding the questions, because guess what? I have a learning disability.
Oh my god. Like, okay, here's the thing. I'm bad at math because I'm fucking stupid at math. I'm pretty smart with some other things, but I'm pretty bad with math. Not everything needs to have, like, but it's okay, though. It's not my fault that I can't do math. It's autism's fault. It's your fault. I'm sorry, it's your fault. I mean, ultimately it's your fault. You could do it if you were better at it. not like it's not morally a bad thing. You're not a reprehensible piece of shit because you're bad at math. Lots of people are bad at math. You can just admit you're bad at math. You can just say, I'm bad at math, I'm fucking stupid, I don't have a brain for numbers. That's not where I was, you know. And that would be fine. That would be fine. And no one would have a problem with it. It would be fine. Just takes it. This is so much like fucking Life is Strange. That scene where she's like, I have to blame someone else, because otherwise it's my fault, and I can't have that. That's basically what this is like every single thing that's ever happened that's, like, negative can't in any way be your fault. It has to be the result of one of your illnesses or your fucking parents or something. What it is it's being humble. Because you can know that it's probably because of your autism. You can say, oh, I'm bad at math, I'm just stupid. And then people will go, no, it's probably because of, like, you've got autism, you've got, like, a learning disability, you know, you got whatever. Like, other people fill in the blanks. That's called being a decent person. Just coming on through, everyone, just letting everyone know it's not my fault. Coming through, it's nothing that I did was my fault. Coming through. Sophia has become a member, thank you. And then $5 from Sophia. This user was associated with a Discord cult that encouraged its underage members to take their own lives and shared/doxed illicit materials of them. Ah, very interesting. Very interesting. Thank you for that update. So Discord cult abusing minors and stuff, but don't worry though, they're a harmless, small, innocent being. And it's just awful that their evil Republican parents tried to take the internet away from it. What are the chapters here? Why did I come back? The 2017 NSFW art. Oh boy, that was a long time ago. Uh-oh. Fontic. The live stream incident. Tuczemskyi. Transphobia has a whole section. Purble has a section. That boy needs therapy. Carol. My racism plus transphobia. Oh boy. Is that about you or from you? I sucked in 2020, okay? Yeah, listen, I sucked all those ferrets up my ass in okay, well, we don't know. We know that's just rude. That's just rude. That might not be true. The ferret incident has its whole entire section here, people. Before this stream is done, we will watch the ferret incident. I'll let that be known. Well, alright, so everybody in their life betrayed them and they're fed up with this world. It's fed up with this world. A bunch of shit happened, and why did it come back?
I am notoriously known for not being good at interneting. Like, emotional outbursts, constant venting, oversharing personal information, things like that. The reason I joined the internet in the first place at 11 years old is because I wasn't loved at home, and I was being abused at school too. I had a warped view of the internet, only being a child, and I believe that
yeah, at that point in time, you know, 8 years ago, this person had a warped view of the internet. Thankfully now they're much more well-adjusted. It is a much more well-adjusted human it.
I believed that I could display my emotional issues to the public and be comforted by strangers because my parents would not provide this for me.
And so you've learned not to do that, and this video is ironic?
I was trapped between worlds. I couldn't stand the internet because it was killing me, but I also couldn't leave the internet because my home life was killing me. So, I chose escapism, despite how much it was hurting me. During the times when I would have my internet forcefully taken away, my psychotic symptoms would get worse. So even if I ever chose to leave the internet, it would significantly decrease my quality of life.
I want to point out, too, while I'm trying to be sympathetic to an extent, there is just a point where it's like, I get it, it's technically not your fault. Technically, it's not your fault that you're this way. And it's not as easy. Like I say, it's not so easy to just stop being this way, loser. You know, but man, that only goes so far. And to a certain extent, I am just like, boy, you have access to the internet. You have no reason to not know that this is not the way to behave online or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. I guess the only thing is this person is pretty young, but Fucking so were most of the people on that groomer website that we looked at, so hey.
Public outburst here because the internet was my life, and I didn't have anybody IRL to confide in. And even when I did, they would talk about me on the internet or watch videos about me. My own parents did this, which is—
Well, maybe you shouldn't have fucking got a 100,000 subscriber YouTube channel. This is the other thing, is that everybody's got social anxiety and also desperately needs to be famous. Like, congratulations, you gave yourself a whole bunch of people to, like, watch you and pay attention to your every fucking movement. Like, yeah, that would probably be bad for a lot of people. Maybe not everyone needs to have 100,000 fucking followers just on YouTube. Probably more on TikTok and elsewhere.
hilarious. Like, I'm pretty sure they watched Birdie rants together on their TV. This is like cartoon villainy. And even when issues were kept private between friends, well, all of my friends were online friends. And they were only friends with me because I'm infamous here, and they wanted a piece of it. So they would leak screenshots of my personal issues and call it drama, and I'd get harassed for it. This is still—
Yeah, that's a thing that happens. The most I can say at most times in this is, like, you probably shouldn't have gotten so close to a bunch of, like, God, Discord is bad. You're talking about, like, probably Discord people. Discord is already full of petty, petulant fucking baby children who are in their 30s or whatever and still want to be catty, like, oh, he said this about her, but she said this. Fucking high school drama bullshit. Like, you know, people already do that well into their fucking 30s, you know, or beyond. Can you imagine how disgusting that must be in a Discord that's, like, predominantly filled with Zoomers like this? Goodness gracious me. That must be just the worst experience ever.
continuing to this day with my ex-friends because they get gratification and support for hurting me and spreading lies. But again, I will get into this later. I'm not with them anymore. I'm safe and I'm happy.
Are you safe? Are you sure you're happy? You know, I hope this person is able to find happiness. I mean, whatever. If they fucking shove ferrets up their ass or whatever, we're gonna get to that. Like, I don't know, maybe not, but, you know, if that's not true, and if, I don't know, if you're trying to repent from that or something, then maybe, whatever. I hope everyone should be happy, right? Like, ultimately, end of the day, I don't want anybody to be sad. Like, I just don't know if I believe that you're really happy, though. Like, I really don't believe that. Your whole aesthetic is stabbing yourself and gore and how victimized you are, and no, I just don't. I don't buy that you're happy. Again, I'm not trying to be mean. Maybe you're feeling better. Maybe you're doing better, but this is still fucked. This is not good. I just don't think that this is... I don't think I buy that necessarily. I hope that you find happiness, but I don't know if you have. I just don't know.
I have a support system that I know I can trust and rely on, and even though I'm basically starting from square one, with being in a safe environment for the first time, I've been getting better. Even years before this, I've made active efforts to better myself as a person and keep an open mind and learn from my mistakes at any chance I get. I can confidently say that
and people who are in bad places in their lives make bad calls, but that doesn't necessarily excuse everything, and that doesn't necessarily excuse anything to do with ferrets. I don't know. We'll get to the fucking ferrets. There's a whole chapter for the ferrets. Don't worry.
Improved significantly. I've had plenty of time to grow, reflect, heal, and change as a person. And I'm really excited for you all to meet the new me. I want this channel to be a platform that spreads positivity and awareness about mental health, and fun art for people to enjoy. But before I'm able to post things again, I would first like to dispel some things and take responsibility for the Birdie drama. After this video, I don't want to talk about Birdie drama ever again, but
the way they refer to it refers to its own drama in, like, this third person, like, the Birdie drama. Like, such main character syndrome, and everybody has main character syndrome now. Everyone is a main character. When you make popularity and social fucking interaction a video game with a score system, of course everyone is the main character of their own story. Of course this person has Shadow the Hedgehog hair. What did Shadow the Hedgehog say at the end of every fucking story in his game? This is my story! All this person really needed to do, if they so desperately didn't want attention and people talking about their drama, you just need to, like, go to another fucking account, right? Just go to another account, you know, maybe find some other fucking interests a little bit, you know, something like that. The internet is a vast place. You'll probably interact with entirely different people who might be very different. You might meet some new friends. But no, it's the Birdie drama community is what we're focused on here. This whole thing is just it's just a shit show. It's just so sad.
I do want to talk about it here for the last time to clear the air and to apologize for everyone I've hurt. So, let's delve into tier 1 of the hashtag Birdie drama iceberg. Truthfully, I don't owe any of you an explanation for the things that have happened. I've stayed quiet about it on my platform up until now because I frankly want nothing to do with it at all, and I never have. I never talked about it because it scared me.
So, you know, allegations being what they are, we don't know how true any of it is, but everything that's being said in my chat is pretty bad. Zoophilia, grooming, 16 at the time, grooming, I guess, people who are 13 or younger, I don't know. But I think it was said it was like a 3-year difference. And then also apparently part of a Discord cult that was like harassing children and like releasing their fucking docs and shit. This kind of like unrepentant fucking remorseless take on like, I didn't do anything wrong, actually. I don't have anything to say. I don't have any reason to defend myself. I got nothing to say to you fucking people. I don't know. You might have some things. This seems like you got a lot to say in general. The video continues for a fucking while.
But I've decided to come out here and talk about what happened today.
Making the kids hurt themselves,
the vast majority
right.
of the controversy surrounding me is false, and I believe a lot of you are simply misled or confused about the information. My therapist told me about it.
Yeah, a lot of people right now seem to be pretty fucking widely misled and confused. That's possible. It seems like a lot of people these days are generally very confused and misled in the things that they think. So, you know, I can see why you might sympathize with them there.
Concept once that really stuck with me. It's called the curse of knowledge bias. She explained to me that although I know that Birdie drama consists of lies and exaggerations, and I know that my parents abused me,
Birdie drama,
and I know that my ex-friends are lying about me and trying to publicize personal issues, and I know that I've been taken advantage of by everybody involved in this, nobody else knows, and I'm frustrated.
This is, the fact that it's not even, at this point, addressing at all the things that apparently were done that were very bad by this person is very strange. Like, you can take this sort of tone, maybe, if you at least acknowledge at this point. Maybe later it's said, there's the ferret section, but, like, this is not a great tone to have for this scenario, where it sounds like you have done a lot of things that are pretty bad, and it's just this whole, like, me, oh, poor twisted me, it's fucking, it's all about you. What about all the people that you are accused of? It's so funny, this, like, abuse culture. It's like, you're apparently the fucking victim, but, like, you apparently victimized other people, but they're all just liars, I guess. Well, guess what? So are you, probably, potentially. I mean, like, this is all a bunch of shit. If we work on the logic that we're supposed to work under, this is all just a bunch of shit, really.
That's right, because you cannot see what's so obvious to me. So, it's time for me to tell everybody the truth, so you can all understand. Let me be clear, I still do not want anything to do with Birdie drama. I would not like this drama to be continuously dragged on going forward. A lot of it makes me feel genuinely unsafe. My intention is to address the events that the public is concerned with.
Why are you genuinely unsafe? What are you unsafe by? People talking on the internet? This is so demented. It's so demented. They all think that they're gonna get, like, murdered by an internet, like, what's gonna happen? Is it gonna shoot fucking digital hate rays out of the screen and kill you? What the fuck? Why do they all think they're gonna get, like, personally attacked by the internet? What the fuck is that? Where did that come from? Is that because of, like, Fox News internet hate machine bullshit? Why do people apparently think that the internet can kill them? What is this shit? Anytime that's ever even approached being true, it's only been because someone has, like, killed themselves or something. And it's like, well, you know, I'll try not to do that, I guess. But other than that, the internet's probably not going to fucking kill me. The ironic thing here is that maybe they are right to be afraid of the internet. Maybe people like this are right to feel like the internet will kill them because they themselves live in and are cultivating a culture that is supposed to, like, ruin your existence if you ever do anything wrong at any point. You know, maybe there's a reason why they're terrified of the internet. Maybe it's not based on nothing. It's based on the existence that they know of this cool culture that seems to exist to cancel people, whatever you would want to call that, however you would want to label that.
Like, coming out about allegations from years ago and apologizing for it only now. I genuinely hope I do not come across as condescending in this video for those reasons. I've waited so long because this shit is scary, I was on hiatus, I just didn't know what to say for the longest time, and people just generally don't believe me about these things.
I fucking wonder why.
I wasn't ready to talk about it before. The harassment I've experienced from these—
Oh my god, I'm sorry if you have actually been abused by someone in a way that anyone else in their fucking right mind would ever look at and go, oh yeah, that's abusive. I'm sorry. I genuinely feel that that shouldn't have happened to you, and that's a real shame, and I hope that you are able to overcome that in some fashion. But the fact that we are 37 minutes in, and the fucking majority of this has just been, I was abused! Wah! It's just whining. I'm sad. I got abused. We got abused. My abusers. I'm abused. We get it. I get it. Yes, you were abused. Thank you. Get on with it. Fucking get on with it. I'm so sorry to hear it for you. That's a real shame. Fucking get on with it. This is ridiculous. Yeah, to be fair, I mean, apparently there was abuse that happened here. I mean, yes. I shouldn't downplay it that much. It does seem like they are vastly overplaying a lot of bullshit, like, my parents are Republicans, or whatever the fuck. Like, yeah, no shit. They probably are not willing to deal with you pretending your gender is, like, a color that week or something. Like, no fucking shit. But, like, yeah, no, apparently part of this whole thing is that they were groomed at the age of, like, 13 to 14 or something by another very, very strange person. Apparently somebody named Sleepy Kink or Sleepy King or something like that. And apparently that was what happened there. And so, yeah, it is a cycle of abuse thing. There are things that happened here that seem to be, I mean, at least as far as anyone knows, I mean, hey, this is probably all just fucking hearsay still, but I mean, hey, I'm willing to believe it, because this all sounds like cycle of abuse shit, you know. That kind of thing happens, and then a couple short years later, it's grooming and zoophilia and fucking other insane shit, coming back around. So, there definitely was stuff that happened here, allegedly. It is a lot more than just my parents were mean to me or whatever. It's a lot more than just that, to be totally fair. But I mean, again, so much of this doesn't even feel like it's about that. You'd think that if that was like that's yeah, okay, you were groomed at like 14. That seems like something that you should be complaining about. The main complaint here seems to be that my parents took my internet away because I was getting groomed. That's the problem I'm having with this. It's not so much that it doesn't seem like there's any reason for this person to have trauma or complain about that trauma or, you know, anything like that. It's that it appears that the problem is not that they got groomed, but that their parents tried to step in and stop them from being groomed. Just like before, where the problem wasn't that they were being groomed by a weirdo who lived in Maryland, but that weirdo didn't then allow them to come to their house. That was the problem. It wasn't the grooming. It was that they didn't go all the way with the grooming, I guess. So yeah, it's very inconsistent. Again, some things that sound like they, probably shouldn't have happened, but also, I mean, again, they have art that says, ooh, woo, please don't rape me. So, like, there's just a point where you have to kind of be like, you shouldn't have done that. You really probably did bring some unwanted attention upon yourself. Or, we assume unwanted, but with, art like that, I don't know. I don't know.
This is still continued. I understand that I cannot change everyone's minds, because while I believe that a large portion of the people discussing this are misled, there is also a large portion who have the intent to cause genuine harm to me because they enjoy it. I also understand that some of the things I've done are genuine.
Yeah, this character in the background with the like Twitch thought, like programmer rainbow socks, OnlyFans socks, that kind of thing. That's great. That's great.
Unforgivable. And if you feel uncomfortable or unsafe viewing my content because of that, you don't have to stick around. So now, you're probably wondering, which parts are misinformation and which parts are true?
Well, all the parts that make me look bad are misinformation, and all the parts that... well...
I'm going to list off all of these events in order, so we'll get into the serious stuff later on. But for now, let's start from the beginning, shall we?
Let's start from the beginning, 38 minutes into the video.
So, do you guys remember when I was 12 years old and I drew porn depicting pedophilia? And
no, I don't remember that because my entire life doesn't revolve around you. You're 19 now, and you're telling me, hey, you guys remember when I was 12? Demented. This is fucked up, dude. This is so fucked up. The parasocial thing works both ways. I don't even... What did it even say? That's such a fucking strange thing. Is like, remember when I was 12 and I did this? To an audience of 100,000 YouTube followers, and not like your family or some family friend or something. That is so bizarre. That is so fucking idiocracy. Holy shit.
So, do you guys remember when I was 12 years old and I drew porn depicting pedophilia?
The more... Hang on. It just keeps happening, chat. I mean, it just keeps happening. We keep having things that remind me of that trans pedophile groomer website that was exclusively used by people like this, who exclusively had pronoun bios like this, who were all like groomed at their own when they were young, and they were all like... It just keeps happening. I was 12 and I made porn of what? Of pedophilia? Are you saying you drew... What does that mean? That sounds like something that means something pretty bad. If that sounds... That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. Allegedly, this sure fucking allegedly reminds me a whole lot of that website filled with insane degenerates that wanted to, like, normalize touching kids and stuff. This certainly has some overlap with some of that. Some of the people, some of the adult-attracted minors that were on there that were talking about how much they loved being groomed by their adult friends on the website. Stuff like that. Things like that. Just so strange how much this is allegedly reminding me of that website. It's crazy.
Instead of being concerned or wondering if I was okay, everyone got mad at me for it, and it ended up being the first thing that canceled me in the public eye. Good times. I was
canceled at 12. Nothing in this story isn't depressing. Being, like, hate mobbed at the age of 12 because of some stupid fucking art you drew. Yeah, we can do a thing where we're like, this is, the dots are connecting, red flags, whatever, but being, like, hate mobbed at 12 and cancel cultured at 12, that's fucked. That's really fucked.
Thing that canceled me in the public eye. Good times. You know I was groomed by Kitty Dog, right?
Yeah, why are we smiling? Why is there a Family Guy meme right now? Why is there a fucking Family Guy meme right now?
Good times. You know I was groomed by Kitty Dog, right?
Fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
okay.
Lois, remember that time when Meg got groomed by Quagmire?
Curveball.
I mean, that actually happened, though.
If you aren't aware of who Kitty Dog is, which would be shocking if you weren't, she's this super duper popular.
Why would I know who Kitty Dog is? I'm not a degenerate online fucking Zoomer. Of course I don't know. Oh, it would be really crazy. They're basically like the fucking... That's like the Spencer Tracy of fucking... Oh, you kids don't know about Kitty Dog? They were in all the movies back in the day, don't you know?
animation memer who makes very sexual videos. I'm totally not surprised that this happened. And when I was 11 to 12 years old, she was basically my idol. I made a shit ton of
Was Kitty Dog also 11 to 12 years old?
videos about her.
Again, this is supposed to be the new, one of these new fucking terms that these people like, which is COCSA, which I have gleaned from chat implies child-on-child sexual assault. So, this is potentially just, I had some bad stuff happen when I was a kid, and it was bad. And it's like, I'm sorry for you, I guess, but a lot of, I don't know how else to say it. A lot of people, everyone has some shit in their life. I'm not crying over here for this. This is sad. It is depressing on some level, but it's also like, I don't know. Everyone's had some experiences they fucking regret, dude. Like, what do you want? What am I supposed to do? Play the sad violin right now? I'm sorry. It sucks. Everyone has had things in their lives that they wish didn't happen. What do you fucking want from me? It's not life isn't perfect. What the fuck?
And she commented on them asking me to join Discord, and you can see where this is going. I'm not gonna get into the grotty details
came to
right
Discord.
now because it's genuinely traumatic for me, but I will...
It's genuinely traumatic. I drew art of it. I made a 2-hour video of it. I formatted the script and edited it and, you know, all of that. But I don't want to get into the details. That would be traumatic. There's stuff you're not getting into here that seems like it could probably make your case a lot better than what you're doing. But you just don't want to get into that. Oh, okay. All right then. I see how it is.
Screenshots in this section as I elaborate. Anyways, this shouldn't have been drama in the first place, but Kitty Dog encouraged me to make drawings like those, and that's why they exist.
What det beak do at 12 years old? Stuff. Also, I'm 12 because yes. Oops, I got wrong. That's fine. What dat beak do? This is in 2017.
Have been drama in the...
Yeah, I mean, this does seem like, what are you, again, yeah, it's a Discord, someone groomed me on Discord when I was, yeah, this is why your parents shouldn't let you be on Discord. This is maybe why your Trump-supporting evil QAnon parents tried to take the fucking internet away from you. Seems like the Discord internet is a hotbed of fucking groomers and weirdos and furries and degenerates. And this person is like, no, let me go back there, please, please. It's very strange. It's very strange.
First place, but Kitty Dog encouraged me.
This doesn't look good, yeah. I mean, you know, as usual, the classic, like, maybe this was all fabricated, who knows, is possible, but you know, whatever. As true as any of it might be, yeah, this seems pretty bad. It seems pretty bad. I don't deny that probably happened, but that doesn't put this person above any and all criticism, especially not when they're being accused of also being a zoophile and grooming other people themselves. The cycle of abuse is real. It doesn't mean necessarily it's the case here, but that's not something to just be like, oh, they're just lying, bro, don't worry about it. I mean, not at this stage, not at this point in time.
That's why they exist. I know a few of you are probably going to say this as some sort of counter-argument, so I'd like to acknowledge it. The age gap wasn't, like, huge. I was 12 and she was 14.
Oh, God. Wow. Jesus Christ. 12 and 14, and we're acting like this is a crime. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? No, I'm not gonna play the game where I pretend that that's real. 12 and 15, sure, that would have been a little bit closer to something that, okay, yeah, something bad it's a little strange. No, I'm not buying it. 12 and 14, that's not, no, fuck off. Just eat some shit. Just eat some shit. Oh, I'm gonna smash that cloaca. Jesus Christ. And yeah, this is disgusting. We're watching two fucking 14-year-olds, like, yeah, we don't need to see this. But, oh god, yeah. Oh, this is fucked. They got genuinely groomed by a person that was 2 years older than them. No, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. That's bullshit. 3 years, I would have said maybe you got something there, even, because that's what the gap was with them, was 16 and 13, apparently. And at that point, it's like, yeah, 16 and 13? I can see that a lot more than I can see 12 and fucking 14 being a problem. That's 13 and 16? That seems like a pretty notable gap. That's like two entirely different schools. I guess it probably is with like 12 and 14, but 2 years? No, I'm sorry. You can't pull the I was groomed card. This word has lost all meaning. This word has just lost all fucking meaning at this point. It's the end of grooming. Grooming is dead. Grooming is now just being in a fucking relationship with people. This is nonsense. This is just nonsense. And I know this was like 12 at the time. They're 19 now! They should be able to recognize that this was not grooming at this point in time.
I was aware of the power she had over me, being a massive creator that I looked up to.
A massive creator.
I was not old enough to consent to these things.
Who gives a shit? You're both 12! You're both children who get a massive creator! None of you should have subscribers! None of you should have subscribers! You are all cringe and don't deserve subscriber!
Another thing to bring into consideration is that apparently Kitty Dog was also being groomed during this time period, but this still doesn't excuse her behavior. Especially when we consider COCSA to be a trauma response, which stands for child on child.
This is the child on child thing, right. It's not, I don't see what part of this is abuse. It's literally just, I got myself into a relationship with somebody and because of their position and the fact that they're literally just the slightest bit older than me, I'm going to now use that several years after the fact as a reason to make them seem like a monster. This is very strange. If this is the reason, if people are calling this, like, grooming, if this is what other people were referring to as like, oh yeah, this person got groomed. No, they didn't. This is not grooming. This is not grooming. Fuck off. It sounds like potentially it was grooming when some weirdo in Maryland was trying to like buy their affection with gifts and shit. I called out the word love bombing as being kind of cringe, but like, yeah, I mean, that probably was actually, that sounds a lot closer to what that actually is. That sounds closer. I don't know how old that person was, but, 16, unless that person was like 18, then that is pretty weird. If that person was even as old as like 20 or even just 19, that would be pretty strange. I think 18 and 16 is like the Camden, Gerard, Davis, Spencer kind of age range too, where it's like, it's hard to really think that that's all that big of a fucking gap, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. That sounded like more of a thing. I didn't catch the age on that guy, but that sounded like more of a thing. It sounds like this person is just a fucking magnet for grooming. And if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, when they're making art that says, ooh, woo, please don't rape me, are we surprised? Are we literally supposed to, I know victim blaming, oh my god, but like, are we supposed to pretend that this was not actually asked for? I'm sorry if that's uncomfortable to anyone, but this is what this person is displaying themselves as. And I'm left to be like, yeah, I mean, again, maybe your parents were right to take away the fucking internet from you. This is demented. This is incredibly fucked up.
Sexual abuse. And yes, sexual abuse can be accounted for under messaging like Kitty Dog did. I'm aware of the fact people are still going to defend Kitty Dog in this situation.
Yeah.
At least acknowledge the impact this had on me as a kid.
I can acknowledge that you felt, it's the, I hate when people act like saying, I'm sorry you got offended is not like a valid thing to say. Because, yeah, what else do you say to this? Like, it doesn't sound like this was any kind of abuse or anything. It just sounds like you took a personal relationship really hard. Which, sorry to hear it, I guess. I'm sorry you felt that way. It's not really, it doesn't sound like it's really that person's fault or any of our fucking business. It doesn't sound like something that you should have been holding on to screen caps of for fucking nearly a decade. Of you as a child talking to this person that you're still posting about it now? Are you fucking kidding me? That's fucking strange. That is fucking strange.
This led to the
Jesus
first time I got
Christ.
in the big internet drama, and Kitty Dog completely threw me under the bus when this went down, despite encouraging me to draw art like this prior to it being publicized.
Every chance to apologize for grooming me. It's been 7 years. She really should have said something by now. Bitch, maybe she's moved on. Maybe her life has, like, improved. I don't know. Maybe she's, like, doing things. Maybe she's not like this. Maybe she's not still living attached to a relationship that she had when she was 14, you know? Or 12 in your case. Like, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This doesn't make you look good. This doesn't make her look bad. It just makes you look bad. It kind of just makes you look extremely petty, and this looks so weird to be hanging on to these kinds of fucking messages from when you were a kid. A literal 12-year-old. You're hanging on to this. It's been 7 years, like you say. Fuck off.
She essentially made fun of me for being harassed while still pretending to be my friend. Later, when I was 13, she began drawing NSFW art of my sonas while also acknowledging that I was uncomfortable with it, but assumed that
okay, so...
He's a molester!
Oh, shit, wrong.
He's a child molester!
Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. I don't know who this kitty dog person is. Apparently this person is a big-time user in the fucking space. 682,000 subs. Kitty Dog has 600, nearly 700,000 subs, and indeed also looks extraordinarily hard to sit through. I mean, look at this. KD System, it's another one of these. It's just another one of these. I mean, it's another one who's slightly older, you know, product of the same culture. It's exactly the same shit. Obviously, as the other person said, very influential to their existence, I guess. And yeah, it's just this unwatchable garbage. You know, maybe the animation is good. The art style is fucking terrible. It looks embarrassing. It looks extremely... It looks like you're trying to be epic cringe, like you have no personality, like you... Yeah, everything we've said about the other person. So definitely not out here to, like, support this person. They seem like they're also extremely fucking insufferable. But, you know, hey... whatever, devil's advocate, I guess. It sounds more like they are believable in this scenario than anything, but you know, they're probably also a huge weirdo piece of shit too that would probably make this same exact type of video. Whatever. Again, it seems like almost the same person seemingly, but like 2 years older. So yeah, they're just. I'm sure Kitty Dog has a video in the fucking wings that's going to be accusing someone of grooming them when they were 12, and that person was 13 at the time, but they really should have known better. They really should have known. They really definitely should have known better.
She essentially made fun of me for
6 alt channels,
still
yes.
pretending to be my friend. Later, when I was 13, made fun of me.
Holy shit, sorry, this part was just my big brain, my BPD brain misremembering things. Please ignore this part. She didn't make fun of me, she just groomed me, QNQ. I think that's a funny reaction emoji thing. That's not like an abbreviation. Yeah, thank you for correcting the record on the, you know, she's not a loser. She's just a groomer.
For being harassed while still pretending to be my friend. Later, when I was 13, she began drawing NSFW art of my sonas while also acknowledging that I was uncomfortable with it, but assumed that I would allow an exception for her because she's a popular creator that I looked up to. I consented to her drawing porn of me.
Where's the evidence of that? Show those screen caps, please.
But it was only because I was scared to say no.
So, where's the screen caps of that? Where's Where's the screen caps of that? You guys discussing that. I'd love to see that, because you had screen caps for your, like, intimate sexual fucking relationship you had with her when you were both children. But you don't seem to... Where's the screen caps of that happening? Because that seems like an important factor here. That sounds arguably worse than the other thing, that they would, like, knowingly do something that you're not comfortable with because they feel like they're a big creator and they can get away with it. That sounds pretty bad. Show me the screen caps, please.
Started drawing NSFW art of me that depicted her sexually as
Yeah,
well.
maybe also don't look up to a fucking goon artist. That would also be a good idea, but, you know, hey, whatever.
Me using a Sona she made to represent her obsession with me while she was dating someone else, might I add. I was very uncomfortable. A year later, when I was 14, I vented to someone.
We have no evidence of that. I have to assume it's not true. We had a bunch of fucking screen caps of their relationship as fucking 12 and 14-year-old, which is so much weirder than having screen caps of you. Like, no one can look at that and not think that that would be more damning, right? Like, a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old, oh, maybe they had, like, an awkward fucking teenage, like, encounter, whatever. Person asks another person to stop making porn of them, but the other person says, no, I'm a big creator, you'll be okay with it, right? I would think that that would... No one would... I think anyone would agree that that would be... like a weirder thing that you would maybe want to hang on to those receipts. But we don't see that. We definitely don't see that. That's very strange.
I'm telling them how uncomfortable I was with
Evidence in this economy?
sent some of it to them. They ended up leaking it, and Kitty Dog found out. And
Oh, wait, we got something. Did you send people the NSFW I made when I had that rarded phase of you? If you were honestly hurt by it, you should talk to me privately about it instead of, like, doing that. Well, apparently they did do that, but, I mean... You know, hey,
got mad at me.
None of these people know how to fucking communicate, so what are you to think? Really. We don't see any of this person saying that they aren't okay with it, though. I mean, again, keep in mind what you're not seeing here. I hate to be all fucking, like, you know, I hate to be that guy, but I actually don't. I actually have no problem being skeptical about this type of video at this point. I really don't. Look at what you're not seeing. You get this whole thing about, oh, I was so against it. I was really not into it, guys. All of my behavior so far demonstrates that I was super into everything, but I wasn't into it that time, and you don't see any evidence of that. But what you see is before that and after that. Weird specific omission of that, which seems like that would be like a smoking gun if that was... something that you had. It would be, oh yeah, this person seemed... But, I mean, even then, it would be like, what? They were a fucking teenager and they did something stupid. Like, what do you fucking want? I'm still not gonna act like that's... Like, cancel their whole career. But as far as it goes, anyway, it would be like, yeah, that would look pretty bad, I guess. But we're not even seeing that. We're getting everything around that.
I will acknowledge that I should have communicated to myself that I was uncomfortable, but then again, I was scared to say no, and I didn't know how to communicate efficiently at that age, and I didn't intend for it to be leaked, nor did I anticipate.
No, I'm not saying to see the fucking art. I'm saying to see the art, the conversation that this person had with that other person, saying, I don't feel comfortable with you making NSFW art of me, and the other person saying, well, I'm a big creator, so you'll put up with it, or whatever, however it was phrased here. We don't see that. That's what I'm saying. You know, where is that? Where's the proof of that? Got all the proof of everything else, all the receipts, but not the one part that I'm, like, most interested in here. That seems like it would be pretty damning for this person, a lot more than anything else that's being fucking said here.
She told me she was upset because the art was posted on my Encyclopedia Dramatica page, which...
ED page, eh? Oh dear. Time for a little creative writing, chat. We're gonna learn. Oh, okay, so there is a picture of their face, and they kind of look like a more feminine Hunter Wiggle Studios. If you know who that is, then you know. So there's the banner that says, this person is a sick fuck. HIV, AIDS, bestiality, and cuckoldry. We have to assume that there's some. If you guys don't know Encyclopedia Dramatica, you might be you might need to prepare for some a little bit of hyperbole, just a little bit. Birdie, now known as Lucifer, with a U, and there's like a transgender like gender symbol, autogynephilia symbol, I guess. All right, is an autistic 19-year-old so it's YouTube, so we're gonna do our best to be nice about this. We're gonna copyright-free ukulele our way through this. A person of a transgender male of Latin descent who shits out horrible animations memes and drawings so that her army of fetuses can masturbate and reproduce in the depths of DeviantArt, Google+, Discord, and JewTube. That's the way it's written here. I don't make the rules. While she is just one of the rape-loving hordes of teenage and tweenage menstruators who populate such sites, and thus, at first sight, quite uninteresting, Birdie has decided to stick out from the crowd, and that links to a page, Unwarranted Self-Importance. Thanks to this, almost every furry ranter on, I'll just call it YouTube this time, now has made a video on her. Despite being an Amera person and a disgusting... she's had far more girlfriends than you will ever have, but has similarly never actually got pussy. In fact, she has a mass of fangirls who want her strap-on in them, which will be somewhat helpful for her when her project of dysgenics enters its next phase. Okay. Well, it's a very, very long page. This is an extremely long page. Jesus Christ. It wasn't long before she crashed into another girl known as Fawn Tick. We're gonna get to that in this video. Now known as Rib Chills or Hime Guts at the time, who is known for overusing the color orange. Their relationship lasted a solid few months, and it could have got on quite well, but Sophia had plenty of other ideas. Birdie had fallen in love with Sleepy Kink's main OC, Mystery, and began making porn of her own OC, Polly, doing a female's duty and getting absolutely fucked. Of course, the bitch wanted to show others and uploaded it to a public G+ account. I mean, we are talking about, like, 12-year-olds at this point in time. This is, like, discussion about them when they were, like, very young at this point. Cartoon furry hurtcore. Okay, so I'm looking at a chicken strapped up with metal shackles with a bunch of cuts all over the tits, and Fontic found out that Birdie had tried slicing and sewing her name into her arm. As soon as she knew that Fontic was onto her yet again, Birdie thought it would be a good idea to frame Fontic about some porn that she supposedly drew without her permission while they were hate-fucking. I'm trying to find where the fucking, like, zoophilia shit is. I'm not reading through all of this. This is just so much. I guess if you really want to take a look at the Encyclopedia Dramatica page, it's out there. It's available. You can do that. I'm just trying to read through this. Yeah, I mean... I guess they were Muslim at some point in time. I feel like whoever made this article may well have also been somewhat young. Because this seems to be very, very specifically cataloging just a bunch of, like, teenage Discord drama. And I mean, yeah, it's kind of funny and stupid, but, like, I don't know, has Encyclopedia Dramatica fallen this far? It's not that there's nothing to this page. There's some funny stuff. It's just it looked like such a big page, and most of it is just like... Well, then she said this, and then he said that, and then she said this, and it's like, all right, well, none of this is really anything. Well, yeah, that's the Birdie drama as of Encyclopedia Dramatica, and I'll go back to the video here, a little catch up there, learn a little bit more about the scenario, just a little bit. Yeah, it goes back several years. Lots of this, and it really, I can't help but feel like the parents were just right. They should have taken the fucking internet away from this kid. I mean, and parents are, I guess they're just afraid, they're terrified their kids are gonna hate them or something, so they give in. They give in, and they're like, okay, I'll let you have your internet again, but it's bad for them. It's not bad for everyone, it's bad for them. It's bad for some people. some people whose children are fucking just on there and they're just turning into users or they're turning into abusers or something. And they're surrounded by insane fucking hypersexual teenage, like, girls, I guess, and they're all into gore and fucking insane paraphilia shit and like Danganronpa. And yeah, take the fucking internet away. Take it away, for God's sakes. Oh, we're not anywhere near done with this, although I am gonna jump quite a hell ahead because I don't care too much about a lot of this. But I want to get to my racism and transphobia and then get to the ferret incident. We need to know about the ferret incident. Because the Encyclopedia Dramatica doesn't even really seem to mention the ferret incident.
That. I acknowledge I was very transphobic and racist in the past and often used slurs I couldn't reclaim, arguing with people of color about the slur usage, misgendering people and calling them trenders, and generally being very insensitive with matters that...
Yeah, you'd hate to imply that someone's doing this sort of thing just to be trendy.
Please understand that I've changed as a person and I have not maintained these views since I started my hiatus, and that I understand my own ignorance and internalized transphobia that led to me saying those kinds of things.
Are you sure you understand your own ignorance?
I don't use slurs like that anymore and have become more open to all sorts of trans individuals and have put in the effort to listen to people of color about these issues.
Oh my god. I got told that I was the wrong type of person, and they swiftly re-educated me into being the right type of person, so now I'm happy and well-adjusted, obviously. Great, I'm so happy for you. Good.
You don't have to forgive me, and I'd rather not have anybody defend me on these points.
Yeah, I'm trans now too, so I'm a good person. I'm not transphobic anymore, I actually am trans now, so what can he say? Can't shit on me now. It really, so much of this ultimately feels like it's this shield to, like, protect them from criticism too. I mean, that almost seems too obvious to say. I mean, the ED page had a big banner that said, like, watch out, this person has Asperger's, so you can't say anything mean about them. And it's like, I'm gay, you can't be mean to me. I'm trans, you can't be mean to me. I was abused, you can't be mean to me. You can't say anything I personally view as being mean to me. You know, whether it is or isn't actually intended as such, or anyone else would view it as such. You can't be mean to me. I'm a good person now. I have all the right opinions.
Are very rational reasons to be angry with me. If you feel uncomfortable or unsafe watching my videos because of the things I've said in the past, you have every right to leave.
Unsafe. I feel unsafe. It's like, I would like to ask people like this. I know they would not probably want to talk to me, but like someone like this, I would love to ask, like, what do you mean by... when it's, like, trigger warnings and this kind of shit, like, what the fuck do these people mean by, like, feel unsafe? Other than, I'm gonna kill myself because I can't handle watching a YouTube video, which I'm really sorry is pretty embarrassing. It's just pretty embarrassing. Like, I'm sorry, it is very Tyler, the Creator. Fucking walk away from the screen, close the fucking computer, turn off the computer, like, close your eyes. I don't understand what other means. Again, it's like this, the internet's gonna fucking kill me. What other way are you gonna be fucking unsafe watching this video? What the fuck does that mean? What does that mean?
Please at least acknowledge I've moved on from these
I can die at any time because of bullies! God damn it!
beliefs, and I'm actively working to become a less intolerant person. To all of my trans viewers and people of color in the audience, I love you all, and I'm sorry, and I hope you're able to enjoy my content moving forward.
Without feeling unsafe, like I'm gonna come out of the fucking screen and poke you in the eyes.
Hello, it's Al again, here for an audition.
The fuck is this trash?
Okay, so I'm just going to be further expanding on Jack's part.
What?
I wanted to
Who the fuck are you? Are you like a fucking altar?
help him word it in a way that made sense.
This is an altar. This is not another person. This is an altar. This is the same person but with headmates, isn't it? I can't be certain. It sounds a little different, but it sounds like it might just be the same person doing a voice. this is an alter, isn't it?
Because not only am I a trans person too, but I'm also, you know, Latino. So
It is. I think it is because this person is a trans Latino. So
like my word has a bit more holding than his because he's a little
Maybe?
cracker. Along with educating.
Well, no, that person is apparently. There were a lot of bad bean-related words being used on that Encyclopedia Dramatica. I'll have you know, and they wouldn't have been used if she was a cracker.
Himself further on differing issues and having more nuanced and
Yeah,
progressive
Latinx. Maybe this is a different person. Maybe this is just another stupid idiot.
ideals on the expression of gender and neol pronouns, to which he literally uses it's now and is a fucking femboy. Okay, he's making a lot of large strides and undoing a lot of.
Listen. I'm not trying to be a dick, but when you hear something like this, how does this not validate a lot of the shit that people say about, like, we reconditioned them, they now use the right different pronouns, and they're a femboy? How else do you read this? Like, I don't know how you can pretend that's not what we're looking at right now.
Ideals on the expression of gender and neol pronouns, to which he literally uses it's now and is a fucking femboy. Okay, he's making a lot of large strides.
He's making so many strides. He's making strides toward being a better person, which means joining the cult. Like, I'm sorry, this is cult shit. It doesn't mean that anyone with fucking dysphoria, not everybody is gonna be like this, obviously, and anyone who's trying to Ben Shapiro at you with generalizations that the whole fucking entire society of people that, you know, are you know, in any way, like, leftists are all like this, trans people, whatever, all generalization kind of shit is not accurate. However, that all being said, what the fuck are you going to call this other than we indoctrinated this person into the cult of transgenderism? That's what it sounds like. That is basically in their own words.
Along with educating himself further on differing issues and having more nuanced and progressive ideals on the expression of gender and
we re-educated them to have more nuanced ideals. They think the right things now.
pronouns, to which
and neo-pronouns, of course.
I have to say, he wouldn't have that severe internalized transphobia if you guys didn't fucking hound him when he was 14 to prove that he was trans and spewing his ideas with like a bunch of true scum ideology, to which he would later use because he was...
Yeah, so in other words, the internet is to blame. In other words, whatever, yada yada yada, the internet did this. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't need the confirmation, but it's nice to have it, I guess.
Secure about, like, his own expression of gender. Wowee, I wonder if it's a perpetual cycle of, like, insecure teens just feeling bad about themselves and spewing out this hateful ideology. It's almost like if we just talked to him about it and were more accepting, then he wouldn't have ended up like that. Whoa!
No, if we're just talk to him about it and force them to think the right things and be trans, then they will be the right person. It's as simple as they had the bad ideas and then they became trans and now they're good. This whole house of cards of weirdo fucking identity shit that we're all living with now is crumbling. What was the thing before? It was the fucking guy who, as a leftist, believes that predator catching is bad, right? Like, shit, man. You like to think we're reaching a fucking zenith with how stupid this shit is, but it just keeps getting stupider, though. I don't know.
But yeah, he is a lot more of accepting a person and is... And if you have ever been, like, misgendered by him before or, like, been harassed because, you know, he was, like, being a little shitlet, then we'll issue a proper apology to you if you just ask. Like, genuinely, we're just here to right wrongs and, you know, make up for a lot of the bad things that he...
How can you be friends with a person like this, though? I mean, like, someone who's been holding on to shit for years. From when they were 12 and the other person was 14 and they had a relationship that went kind of weird between them. And they've been holding on to that for 7 years, the better part of a decade. They are now a legal adult who can vote for anyone but Trump. and they're still holding on to that, and you're like willingly being a friend. Assumedly, this is a different person. You know, we assume this is not the same person putting on a voice. It kind of sounds like it might be, but assumedly, this is a different person. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna be like, that's such just a demented behavior. I can't imagine that. That seems like such a red flag to like, okay, I don't want to be near you. All right then.
Has done. Speaking of bad things, it's time we talk about slur usage, to which
the slur usage.
It's bad, obviously. Like, there's no real defense for it. I guess you can make, like, reasons explaining why he would do it, but then that's not really me defending him, that's me just explaining why.
Again, this mind poison. I hate to be the boom. This is such a boomer stream, but, like, it's this weird mind poison that, like, the worst thing you can do is put two forbidden syllables next to each other. You're not allowed to combine those two syllables. Each time you type a slur on the internet, fun fact, it doesn't actually kill a person. I know, it's crazy. Like, but that's the worst thing you can do. I'm so sorry for saying the N-word on Halo night when I was 12 and it was fucking 2007. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry for that. I'm sure I hurt someone. I know someone was hurt around the world. Someone, a black man somewhere felt just the hairs tingle on the back of his neck because I was racist in 2007 playing Halo. I'm sorry. That's not true. I didn't have an Xbox in 2007. I've never said anything racist, so it's actually a fun fact. I'm actually a perfectly pure person who's never done anything wrong. It's funny. It's funny that it worked out that I was the only one who never said any slurs or anything. It's crazy. But it's just the way that it happened to be. Yeah.
Hey, that's why he said he thought using slurs for that long
I'm
was
sorry,
okay.
black brains.
Like having having extremely racist parents or extremely racist friends that would enable his behavior, but like that doesn't really excuse what he's done, to which we're not excusing it. We're here to apologize for it, and we hope that you can forgive them for it. He has, again, been making a lot of strides and undoing a lot of his internalized...
I mean, like, what is the thought process, too? I mean, again, I'm not trying to be alarmist, I'm not trying to be a right-wing chud, but, like, when you see something like this, are you legitimately just supposed to go, well, okay, I was on the fence about the slurs, but they are trans now, so... I guess they're a better person. Is that really what you're supposed to take away from this? I guess. I mean, that seems to be the only reasoning, is like they use different pronouns now and are a femboy or something. So, therefore, like, I don't know. It's hard to make this not what it is. It's just like the fucking forum with the trans groomers that all wanted to touch kids. It's like, I get that this is what the people say that everyone's doing. I don't think everyone's doing it, but I can't make what we're looking at not be pretty clearly exactly that, at least in this scenario, you know?
Transphobia and, you know, racism that he learned while online.
All the
and
words.
From his parents and from a lot of other places. And I can vouch, because, like, you know, I'm a fucking person of color. I'm Mexican. I can vouch that, you know, he...
Now, again, the Encyclopedia Dramatica says that Birdie is Mexican. It doesn't say it in quite as nice a way, but it does say that they are Mexican. And this person sounds like it's just Birdie putting on an accent. Well, not even an accent, just slightly pitching their voice a little bit, I guess. It sounds like the same person. I'm willing to bet this is just an alter. I am not fully convinced this isn't a headmate. But apparently, according to this person, Birdie is a cracker. And maybe Encyclopedia Dramatica is just wrong. I don't know.
Is more sensitive and, you know, aware of the things that he does with his characters that might be minorities and wants to be more...
Latin X-Men 97 moment.
Everything about that, which is good. He's learning, which is what you would want and you would hope that he would do. But also, I just want to brush up on this.
He's learning new pronouns.
If you're a white person, don't fucking comment on this section of the video. Because,
I don't want to hear what a wrinkle in time meant to some 40-year-old white dude.
You can't accept the apology, obviously. It's not for you. If there's one thing in this drama that you should hold them accountable for, it should be, like, him being like a racist little shit as a teen.
Yeah, you wouldn't want people to be racist in this part of the video where you're specifying an entire ethnicity of... It's also not an ethnicity. I mean, like, people say that a lot. It's so easy to, like, throw white people as a group under the bus. What you mean is, like, Americans and British people. But, like, I don't think Croatians or whatever, like, Swedish people didn't really do anything to Mexicans, right? Like, it's so funny to be like, yeah, you're not allowed to be racist. We're making strides against racism. And then just, you know, very casually do the classic white people racism thing. Where it's like, yeah, I'm sure the fucking, you know, the guy from fucking Switzerland was heavily involved in subjugating your fucking people or something, I'm sure. Absolutely, totally.
Which, again, I have to state that he generally has been making a lot of progress on doing a lot of the racism he was taught as a little youngin', because, like, you know, hashtag Trump supporter parents.
Hashtag Trump supporter.
But at the same time, if you don't forgive...
Saying hashtag in real life, this is... Again, I can't overstate that this video feels like what I would make if I was trying to make a video like this. This is basically, essentially what I would have made, but as it stretched out to an unbearable 2-hour runtime. This is longer than Hercules, which I watched last night. And there's not even a single musical break in this one. And that's the gospel truth.
Then you're allowed to. Like, come on. It's like, you get to decide whether or not you accept the apology as, like, you know, the viewers that are affected by his slur usage. But also, if you are going to hold him accountable, then I also ask that you at least attempt to hold, like, the other Birdie drama people accountable for their racism.
The Birdie
like,
drama
Malachi
people.
was, like, super racist. Like, remember the fucking account they made out, the entire punchline was just like, look, it's a black woman. She looks insane and weird. That's funny. It's like, how did you guys let that pass? But then,
how do you know that wasn't a black person who did that? Was there anything here that suggests that Eric Andre here wasn't just like a black guy making a funny picture? It's so, you have to assume racism, like, when you see this. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not a flattering picture, I guess, but it's possible that it was just some brother making fun of a sister.
insane and weird. That's funny. It's like, how did you guys let that pass, but then, like, want to hold Jack accountable?
Yeah, it was from Eric Andre. He's a black comedian. What's wrong with you? Come on.
Jack
it's
accountable?
totally fine.
So, TDLR only accepts the apology for the racist if you're black, except that he's also tried to make changes about the things that he's said and done in the past. If you want an apology, then contact him for, like, being a transphobic little shit. And also, hold other people accountable, please. There's a lot.
What does that mean, you fucking weirdo? You cult mindset fucking weirdos. They all have they all have the same buzzwords. It's to hold them accountable. Are you gonna hold me accountable? What does that ever mean? Does that mean Ed Pisker yourself? What does that ever mean? Nobody knows what that means. I've never seen anybody satisfyingly explain what the fuck that actually means. Hold yourself accountable. Just prostrate yourself and like apologize profusely for things that like no one gives a shit about. Like, what does that mean? Like, make your personal life everyone's business that didn't ask for it. Like, to hold on a grand gesture to make yourself feel better. Ultimately, hold yourself accountable. Nobody can explain what that actually means. And everybody's always like, oh, Claw, what it means is, and it's like some cynical, you know, like what it really means is to just, like, never work again and dissolve from the public space and feel sorry about yourself until you die, basically. That's what it ultimately kind of feels like it means. But, like, what these people seem to want that to mean, I guess just apologize for things that no one has even really like asked you to apologize for. I guess I'm so confused. Like, it's such a small thing, but like you hear it and it's just once, please, someone in this mire of fucking Zoomer TikTok political correctness buzzwords. Can I guess just get one of these fucking things explained? Is it turning into a new thing like pardon me, where it's like, oh, if you actually think about it, what do the words pardon me mean?
That's the last audition of the video. See you never again.
Why was there a loud screech?
I would also like to mention that...
Okay, does that or does that not sound like the same voice? Come on now. I sucked in 2020, okay. It's the same person.
I would also like to mention
I swear that's just the same person doing like a funny, like, it's like a higher pitched, girlier voice or something. I swear that's a headmate. That is so not another person. Even the mic sounds the same. It has to be the same person.
In 2020, I made jokes about SA that were completely unwarranted and disrespectful to other victims out there, and I'm sorry for this too. I myself am a victim of CSA, but I didn't find out until earlier in 2023, so it doesn't make up for these jokes in the slightest. I'm sorry for the person I was in 2020, I was genuinely just a bad person. I've apologized in private to all of the people I've hurt, which includes the people who I harassed, and I wish all of them the best. I know that I truly have hurt people, and I hope that all those people out there are having peace with me out of their lives.
So here we go into the ferrets, everybody. It's ferret time. We need to know about the ferrets. It's finally time for the ferrets. And again, apparently the ferrets are not... There was no actual ferret abuse, but it was something that Birdie here was apparently interested in doing and expressed, you know, that they would be doing or something. So we really can only hope that there was no actual ferret abuse. Let's find out.
This is a rumor I would especially like to disprove because my ferret Chara passed away in November of 2022, and I don't want my baby girl to be remembered that way.
Oh my god, guys, you gotta feel sorry for me, my baby girl. I just don't see... I guess it's because the culture that this person is appealing to is not allowed to say that this sounds like bullshit. You know, we're all supposed to lie to ourselves. Ironically, we're all, you know, able to be whatever neo-pronoun we want to be now, but we all have to lie to ourselves about so much other shit. Nobody's allowed to call this out in this person's, you know, general audience. Anyone who sees this and goes, this kind of seems like you're laying the foundation of please feel bad for me, ooh woo, sympathy, please. Before you get into this, to the point where your character is crying, and it's like, are you aware that they just aren't allowed to call you out as this sound seeming incredibly fake? Or are you just so unaware that you don't recognize how unbelievably fucking fake this looks? This seems so manipulative. I mean, it's like getting accused of, like, child abuse, and then you're like, well, my son died last year, so this is all still very hard on me. Come on, fucker, you know what's going on here. You're 19 years old. This is not some grown-up behavior. I don't know, man.
So, there's this screenshot that my ex spread around of me saying I sexually abused my ferret. Of course, if this was true, that would be fucking deplorable, and holy shit, you'd have to send me to jail. Straight to jail. That would be it. You'd have to lock me up and throw away the key, guys. But there's a shit ton of context missing from this.
Right. Well, can we see what they said, and then you can show your context or something, maybe? I don't know.
Admittedly, I didn't mention...
I actually did mention this in the screen cap, I just forgot.
Mention this in the screenshot, but the reason this happened is because I was groomed into it when I was 13 years old.
That doesn't... Okay, I'm sorry that happened to you. That doesn't make it not a thing that you did, though. That's not an excuse, really, is that someone else made you think it would be a good idea. Not really. That's not really an excuse.
Another thing to bring into consideration is that apparently Kitty Dog was also being groomed during this time period, but this still doesn't excuse her behavior.
She's old. I don't have proof of this because I lost the DMs.
Oh my god. Fuck off. No. You are 12. You have sexual DMs you made us all read between you, a 12-year-old, and your groomer girlfriend who was 2 years older than you. That was from 7 years ago. You don't have this? You don't have this, huh? That's interesting. What happened? Did hard drive die? Did the FBI seize it? What the fuck happened?
Nor do
Weird.
I want to find them. I don't even want to say his name because this was the most traumatic time.
It would be one thing if they just came at me with no fucking DMs and weren't like trying to prove, this is the evidence, I said this and they said this, and show the fucking weirdo 7-year-old, I was a 12-year-old's fucking Discord DMs. You know, that would be one thing. But when you've established the precedent that you will have Discord DMs present and you will have receipts, as they say, to randomly, suddenly just not have them once again at a moment that I feel is pretty crucial to this whole thing seems really suspicious. Suspicious.
I've been groomed several times, obviously.
Apparently.
This was the worst, and I don't want to talk about it for that long publicly. Another thing I'd like to point out, which is almost as important as the grooming context, is that right in the screenshot I said I didn't even go through with it. Like, it never even happened. I just prepared to do it because I was 13 and I was told to. This was extremely
obviously. What, can we hear the obviously again? I want to see that screen cap too.
worst, and I don't want to talk about it for that long publicly.
I don't want to talk about this. This is bad stuff. I don't want to talk about it. This is the crux of why a lot of people think you're a piece of shit, a zoophile who wants to fuck ferrets. But yeah, no, it's fair. You don't want to provide any evidence of why that's not true. We can mostly take your word for it. It's cool. It's cool.
Another thing I'd like to point out, which is almost as important as the grooming context, is that right in the screenshot I said
I warn you, I regret this awfully. I genuinely have no fucking idea why I did that. When I was 13, I was being manipulated. When my family left the house, I tried to make Shara do teen ants on me. I don't know what that means, dude. I don't know. This whole thing is very cherry-picked. We're not seeing half of the fucking conversation. You conveniently have this one DM, I guess, but not most of the other DMs. Why do you have this one? Why do you have this one, but none of the other stuff that's apparently, you know, might make you look bad? I don't know. I guess this makes it sound like it was just when they were 13.
I was a victim in this situation.
I'm sure you were. You're a victim in most situations, it looks like.
And so was Chara. While on the topic of my ferret, I would also like to address the neglect, because this holds much more merit than the abuse I just mentioned.
So if this is true, then all it was someone was convinced to try something, whatever teen ants is. Is that like fucking more weird jargon? I don't know. Is that like, is that like reading a word in fucking katakana? I'm supposed to sound it out and go, oh, it means bucket. Oh, I see. That made no fucking sense until I read it like 6 times, and now, oh, teen ants. Right. I don't know. It doesn't sound good, but it doesn't sound like it was sticking ferrets up their ass, like some chat members implied. If it was 19 and they told us that they did that, that would be it, right? That would be, okay, you're a fucking freak. But, you know, 13, it's still kind of like, all right, you were curious and weird, but it is bad. It's like if you were to tell someone that you were like killing squirrels as a child. It doesn't definitively mean that you're a serial killer. You've probably grown since then, although look at this person. Who are we fucking kidding? That's the real thing, though, is like, are we to assume that this person grew? Look at this. Why do we assume that this person is supposed to have, like, matured? Right? This person is acting like a 13-year-old in this video. Why do we assume that they matured out of this mindset? Or, you know, out of anything? Oh, I'm not transphobic anymore. Why? It seems like your art is the same. It seems like everything you do is pretty similar. I don't know. You're not really. It doesn't seem like you're fucking over here reading Cormac McCarthy or something. You know, like telling me about an investment portfolio. If I showed you this screen cap right now, you would not assume this is a 19-year-old. You would assume this is a very embarrassing 13-year-old who will hopefully grow out of this someday. So, I don't know. That does call into question a little bit. As much as I do want to be like, oh, you were 13, people grow. You know, you do weird things when you're a kid, whatever. You know, fine. But it's like, how much have they grown from 13? They still seem to be getting fucking groomed every week and have all the same interests. And I don't know, how much have they grown? I don't know why I should believe that they've moved on emotionally and, like, they've matured past ferret fucking. That sounds... With normal circumstances, I'd be like, yeah, 19, it's been a while, you're probably not the same person you were at that age. You probably, even if it was all your idea and you weren't convinced by someone else to do that, as is implied here. Implied, as is said here, as is directly stated here, that this was not their own idea and was instead its own idea, and was instead Maddie's idea. Somebody they was grooming them. Okay, all right. So even if it was entirely your idea at 13 to do some weird shit with your ferret, yeah, okay, normal circumstances, all right, 13, fine. People do weird things when they're kids. That's probably the age when you're, like, sexually fucking getting weird, and maybe that's the thing that you quickly realize, oh god, I shouldn't do this, this is strange. Fine. People grow, fine. That's not, like, I don't think you're a failure of a human when you tell me that. But that's normal circumstances. That's not a video that looks like this. A video that looks like this, it holds significantly more weight in the present. To be like, yeah, when I was 13, well, you're still holding on to screen caps from when you were 12. So how much could you have fucking matured in this time? I don't know.
I got Chara for my 12th birthday with no prior knowledge of ferrets or how to care for them. I didn't know how to clean up after her, I didn't know what food she was supposed to eat, I didn't know how to hold her.
I'm trying to be good faith.
She wasn't supposed to live in her cage,
trying.
And I barely knew anything about her. This is entirely my parents' fault for buying me this animal knowing I was unprepared for it.
Nothing has been your fault, right? I mean, I guess except the transphobia, but that's hard countered by you're trans now, so it's fine. So the only thing that's been potentially your fault was that was something that you have now taken strides to better yourself with, by becoming, a femboy and using it pronouns or whatever. That's apparently, there's that. I don't know, man, like nothing has been your fault. Everything has been your parents or your autism or whatever. Your parents probably should have done more to make sure you know what you're doing, but you also have the internet. And I know you're a child, but you have the internet. You can just look up, how do I take care of a fucking ferret? Sure, your parents could have too, but like, can you not take equal responsibility at least? I don't know.
Despite all of this, I researched ferrets more as I grew up and learned what she needed to thrive, but my parents wouldn't give her what she needed.
My parents wouldn't give her what she needed. You were the owner of the pet, though. Like, it was your responsibility. This is so funny, like, people... I admit, I don't really feel like I would be good as a pet owner, because I don't think I would necessarily be responsible enough to, take care of a pet, that is entirely dependent upon me and that sort of thing. But like a parent gets you a pet as a kid. That's like supposed to be your test, right? To like teach you responsibility and that sort of thing, and like your response to that when your parents do give you this pet is to then shirk all the responsibility and push it off onto the parents. Yes, the parents should have maybe set you up better to know what you're doing, but it is your responsibility. You have a pet. It's not their responsibility. Oh God. Oh God. That's the whole fucking point of having a pet as a child, isn't it? Is to teach you how to take care of things and maybe eventually be like a parent or something. Or whatever, manage your fucking life. You can't just be like, my parents didn't, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess to an extent. To an extent, sure. Like, sure. And there's like explanations that make sense, but it's like ultimately, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's your responsibility to take care of the pet. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going back for it, but it's possible that, like, did you ask for a fucking ferret? Was this just dumped on you without your, like, I feel like usually pets are not just randomly given to a child unless they've expressed some interest, especially not a fucking ferret. There's no way that you just got randomly assigned a signed ferret at birth. Like, that's not happening.
I was a minor and I wasn't allowed to buy anything, so despite how much I begged, I couldn't get a bigger cage for her, and I couldn't get her a buddy to live with because you're always supposed to have more than one ferret. I couldn't get her higher quality food, and my parents wouldn't even take her to the vet. I did the best that I could for her, despite my
parents were probably broke. Like, it probably, you're in America, it's not free to go to the vet, dude. I don't even think it is here. Like, I don't think it's, your parents probably couldn't fucking afford to keep your ferret alive. Like, yeah. I mean, and the ferret was alive for several years. It died in 2022, right? I think the ferret's a she. Sorry. This person is the it. Right. We need to get it straight. Sorry. Maybe ferrets are supposed to outlive us all, and it's like a horrible early death, but probably not. I mean, that seems like a fucking normal ferret life, right?
Circumstances, and I would take her out every day to play. I would feed her eggs and meat as a treat to keep her healthy. I would clean her cage every day, and she would get plenty of love and attention. But I will admit that during the ages of 12 to 14, I didn't take care of her properly. I almost gave her away because I admitted that she wasn't the right pet for me to be taken care of because
5 to 10 years, according to Google. So 8 years-ish, 7 to 8 years, So the ferret was acquired when this person was 12. That was 7 years ago, according to, when they got groomed by a 14-year-old at the age of 12. That was 7 years ago. They're 19 now, so yeah, I mean, that seems like a normal ferret lifespan, really. I mean, again, we're like talking about how, like, the parents, I guess someone alleged that Birdie, like, was abusing the ferret generally, but, like, no, I mean, maybe, I don't know. This whole thing is fucking nonsense. Jesus Christ. Okay. We've learned about the ferrets. There's evidence here, though. What evidence?
Okay, I'm not sure if anyone even remembers them. Basically, they were this group of people who would make rants about me because they were my friends for like a month.
Oh, was the group called Evidence Found? Oh, okay, then I don't care. Okay, we're getting into how there was no grooming. It was totally bogus. It was a total witch hunt. It was all BS. Your parents might actually like you with that kind of rhetoric. Come on now, play the video. Dice.org. I still don't know what dice.org is, but apparently that's the fucking epicenter of hate.
I've decided to rewrite this section last minute because the situation I'm about to describe is more morally gray than I remembered it being, and requires more nuance on my part in order to explain it. In 2021, I went through my breakup, aka the most traumatic event of my life. I know this sounds dumb, but again, I have big penis disorder. And a simple breakup is gonna feel drastically different for me than it does for other people.
In what fashion is that anyone's problem but yours? People act like their fucking emotional disorders are other people's problems, and it's like, how you should have known when you broke up with me that it was gonna be abuse, in my opinion. Like, no, fuck off. I'm sorry that you have a brain slug. It's a shame, it probably fucking sucks for you too. But, like, don't... this whole thing, it's a breakup. Get over it. I'm sorry. Get over it. Sucks. I've had them too. It's unfortunate. It hurts for a while, Get over it. What do you fucking want? I had a teenage breakup. Like, okay.
This breakup alone put me into another psychotic state where I was
you were a teenager. I'm sorry to tell you this, and I'm sorry that it sounds as harsh as it does, and maybe it is harsh. But I literally could not give less of a shit about you being broken up with as a teenager. I just don't care. And I never can be made to care. Ever. Ever. That will never happen. Unless the person who was with you was like 40. Or even 20. Maybe. But, No, not in the normal scenario. That would never ever happen.
Essentially dissociating 24/7 and became unable to make proper judgment anymore. Exactly 5 days after said breakup, I was asked out by my former friend Draggy, who was 13. I was 16, and it was out by my former friend Draggy.
Again, we have all of this evidence. So I guess if you're ever in a relationship with anyone nowadays, you just gather constant evidence in case you ever need to, like, defend yourself in a video like this. This is such a great world we're in, you know? Jesus fuck. Like, just, I mean, this is a deleted user at least, so it's not like they took the fucking screen caps that day, right? It's not like the Hina situation with Scammer Payback, but it is still fucking strange to be like, here's the screen caps from fucking 5 years ago when I was a child. Like, what are you doing? This is... I mean, people are, I guess, accusing them of various things. I guess you have to post stuff like this. But it is just really strange to even hang on to it. I mean... It's a catch-22 of, like, I guess it will potentially absolve you to hang on to shit like this, but to be holding on to the evidence.zip for, like, this long, what the fuck is wrong with you? I don't know. That's very strange. That's so terminally online. It's like, what is wrong with us as people? That's a thing that people feel like they need to fucking do. Imagine telling people about the state of, like, relationships, human relationships with people. Like, going back in time, you always hear about, like, what if you went back to the Stone Ages with a Game Boy? What if you went back to the fucking, 90s? And like, the era where, Jerry Seinfeld was on TV every week making jokes about how men and women are different because men hunt through the channels and women nest. And then you talk to some fucking people in that era. Like, I am from the future. In the future, people will be litigiously dictating, like, keeping a track record of every fucking word they've ever said with another person of the other gender, if they were allowed to talk to that person of the other gender and were not immediately viewed as a rapist. And then 17 years later, they held on to the receipts with that Discord person that they spoke to for a couple months. And boy howdy, were they ever not happy. Oh boy, it all came tumbling down for them. 17 years later, when those Discord messages came out, oh boy, people's heads would explode if you explained the fucking modern, the state. If you showed this stream to people, they would just die. They would literally just die. That would be what would happen to them. They could not handle it. They would just be dead.
Who was 13.
Thank you for killing a bunch of people in the 90s, you fucking savory fucking scumbags.
I was 16, and it was my responsibility as the older person to turn them down. But because of the mental state I was in...
You think it would get rid of the internet? You think it would stop? It would be... This would... Hey, Exile Postman, are you still here? This is our version of the final experiment. We need to send back visions into the past to warn them about how humanity is going to wind up like this. Dear God, don't invent the internet, whatever you do. But unfortunately, it's... time just repeats itself. Just like with the Forever, we were bound to come to a close.
I was unable to make the right decision.
This is a fascinating fucking video. This might be a high point of the year for me. I've never seen anything like this. It's such a parody. It's beyond parody. I mean, this is Poe's Law being rapidly brought back to life and murdered in front of us over and over again with superpowers. Like someone who controls life, just bringing them back and killing them over and over again. It's mental. It's mental. Screenshots will be shown. Let's find out about DICE.
So, I'm sure, as you all know, I was in DICE for a little bit. Just to let you know, I didn't, create DICE, obviously.
Oh, is this the evil group of harassers that this person was a part of? Yeah, again, we're an hour and a half into this, and I guess now we're learning about how they, like, coerced people into suiciding themselves or whatever. I'm not sure. Not sure about that. I don't know if that's entirely true.
I joined DICE because I went through a breakup, the 2021 breakup. That was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
The worst thing. When the worst thing that ever happened to you was a breakup, you have had a good life. I'm just going to tell you that. So there's apparently a doc over here relating to DICE.org, making a doc from Alan Sampson. I remember looking into these people for a bit while I looked at a fanfic iceberg. That's interesting. So this is apparently somewhat known people, I guess. These are the immediate card for this cult. So, yeah, it's like one of these card things that all the Zoomers like. Oh, it is. It's a cult. It is a real cult, everyone. This is an actual... Look at this fucking shit. This is like something... I mean, it's probably not a real cult, but it's like... It's a Zoomer edge cult. It's, you know... It's like a red room on fucking Tor. This is... Okay. Right. What is DICE? DICE is an organization set at helping those who are less fortunate. A support group for those shunned by society. Mortis! Created a community of people who are free to explore what makes them happy and comfortable. A safe space to make new friends. Note that it's friends with a small I, by the way. This is all uppercase, but Mortis is spelled with a lowercase I. Is has a lowercase I. One would presume that Birdie, it, would be a lowercase I as well. A safe space to make new friends, and a family for those who need it. We welcome new members with open arms, and we'd love to see what you have to offer. Tell me about your leader. Let's make sure I can show all this. Oh. Well, here's the leader. Our beloved Mortis, Stephanie Jody Mortis, plus, thank you, Demigirl, 15, taken, forever, he, she, it, thing. Remember, it's appropriate to call this person a thing. Ooh, it's talking. Get that thing away from me. DID, HPD, OCD, autism, leader of DICE, your new god, better than you. We're gatekeeping all of these things. We're gatekeeping Futurama. What does that mean? New metal. Oh. I really like Nine Inch Nails, new metal, Slipknot, or any other similar music band. 9 Inch Nails, new metal, or anything like that, you know. That genre. That's so I love that for 9 Inch Nails fans right now. Breaking Bad, gatekeeping Breaking Bad. This is the target demographic of Breaking Bad. I can't believe that's true, but look, that's what it is. You wouldn't have thought that. You would have thought it was probably your fucking dad, but apparently it's actually little kids like this. There's shrines for Mortis. You can donate money to Mortis. So this is some child who's appointed themselves a god of some community, and a bunch of people for some reason have decided, like Lord of the Flies, that they will listen to that and honor and respect that. All right. Common mistakes. DICE doxes anti-DICE people for no reason. DICE does not dox anyone. If someone doesn't respect DICE and attempts to harm our members, they will be banned from our server. We do not tolerate this kind of behavior ever. DICE is full of animal abusers. No one in DICE is an animal abuser. This was a lie antis created to harm our family. Well, what are the antis doing? DICE supports pedophiles and other philias. DICE does not condone the harm of anyone by its members. Oh, that's very tricky wording, people. That is some fucking dodgy wording. An official newsletter for them here, for DICE.org newsletter. And yeah, it's their YouTube page. They have a YouTube. This is the second official DICE.org YouTube channel made for regular updates. They've got shorts here. Protection by God. Of course, God being their 15-year-old friend Stephanie. They never cared for you, and that's suggesting people to go to... Yeah, it is basically cult-like stuff. Move away from your friends, join us. Verification. Don't need your music, thanks. We work on trust. A lot of us have been betrayed and hurt in the past, and we never want it to happen again. If you prove your dedication and loyalty to us, we will cherish you. It's a very small price to pay for a home. Mortism is the belief that purity itself is flawed. There is beauty in the impure. Okay, this is a sex cult. At the very least, I don't know if this person is instrumental in that, but this is a Zoomer hypersexual groomer cult. Allegedly. I'm alleging that. This is allegedly. This is so incredibly similar to what I've seen before that I am, that's willing to say that now. That I am alleging directly, in my opinion, allegation that I think this is, I think they're up to some very fucking bad stuff. We've got uniforms and stuff, dedicated members, and yada yada yada. Very cool. Very cool. So, a little bit of info about Dice there. Trivia, she's been involved in drama with Goat Kato, Birdie's ex, as well as Birdie himself. Birdie has even reportedly dated one of the Dice moderators, Draggy. Oh, the 13-year-old that they definitely did not groom. So, in other words, what I'm getting out of this entire thing is a sex cult of weirdo children. These are children that have been groomed into weird sexual stuff, and now they are grooming other children into weird sexual stuff. That's the end result of it. And some of it is trans stuff, and some of it is just general fuck your ferret kind of stuff. But in general, it is a degenerate spiral of like gooner children, is what we're talking about here. That's so fucking heartwarming. You know, that's what I needed in my day. That's what I really needed to share with the world today, was that. That's cool. So potentially everyone involved in this, I mean, everyone involved is potentially not free from sin. We don't know. We don't know. This is all just disgusting. Let's get into what this person says about Dice and about the molestation allegations which are to come. I really thought I'd be done this stream by now, but we're still going. Thanks for watching, everybody.
And I was suicidal, so I asked if I could join because I
was... Oh, they were suicidal, so everything that happens afterwards is fine. It's okay.
Encouraged to hurt myself. Mortis was trying to take advantage of me.
Yeah, I guess that's the child-on-child sexual assault thing that was trigger warned in the beginning. I guess I should have been... I'm getting triggered, and I got warned. That's my own fault, really. That's my own fault. I'm going to take accountability for that one. But, I mean, shit, though. You know, when you actually get into it, it's almost as if the trigger warnings fucking mean nothing, because without context, I am now offended by this video and talking about the things that it already trigger warned me about. And it's like telling me that in the beginning without any context doesn't prepare me for the fact that this is essentially describing one of the worst things I've ever discussed on this channel. And there's just no way that a simple little fucking trigger warning at the beginning of your video can accurately really fucking settle anyone in for what's to come with that. I don't know. I feel like that doesn't, it just in no way communicates the fucking gravity of what this is and how actually fucked up this actually is.
Trying to flirt with me, people were just obsessing over me, and it was not a pleasant experience. I never condoned—
Oh, is the 13-year-old also a dog rapist? That's neat. Right. You know, you always see it coming!
The pedophilic nature of Dice, and when I learned that that's what was supported in that server, I left and never spoke to Mortis ever again. I don't know how many of you are aware, but like almost everybody making drama posts about me were a part of Dice, so I don't know why I'm the only person who's being talked about as some spook.
No, all of you are probably insane weirdos. All of you. I've said this before, but when you have to make your 2-hour video talking about how you're not a pedophile, I'm gonna be real, even if you're not a pedophile, you've made some mistakes at that point. Something has happened that was not supposed to happen in your life. Even if it's all just not true, still, something went wrong. That shouldn't be going on. It shouldn't be a 2-hour video.
Spooky evil cult person.
All of you.
Spreading lies about my contribution to DICE or lack
I like the
thereof.
person just says, what the hell is happening with the kids? I don't know. The kids aren't all right. You know, it's that damn pop music and rock and roll. It's making the kids gyrate. I don't know. I mean, really, I think what it is to an extent is this sort of puritanical fucking new wave of everybody is not allowed to sexualize anybody. It's harassment or misogyny or something. At least as long as you're like a woman. If you're a woman, you can talk anything. You can say whatever you want about men and how attractive they are and how you want to fuck them and whatever. But like, yeah, I don't know. There's like this weird... there's just a layer of repression that we all have in spite of how, you know, how much we're able to express ourselves now, that I guess maybe is resulting in people with some insane fucking shit. But it's not just that. No, you know what it is too? Is you ask what's wrong with the kids. How does this happen? So this person's 19. In 2016, they were what? 12, 11? What was happening in 2016? What's happening now again? Not the election. Although actually, come to think of it, they could both be connected. No, it's Elsagate and insane, predatory, weird fetish shit meant for driving clicks and children's engagement was happening in 2016 and 2017, around there. And I just watched a video. It was from a channel called Me and You Too Electric Boogaloo. Me as in the Nintendo Me. And it was this like 2-hour-long video, funnily enough, that was basically going into all of the different franchises that are being heavily Elsa-gated these days. You know, like your Among Us's and Baldies and all of that, Skibbities. And the channels specifically that are doing it. And one part of the video, I really recommend it, it's a good video. One part of the video that stuck out was toward the end. Testimonies from people who were, I guess, teens, maybe young adults now, who are saying themselves that the insane, fucked up fetish shit on YouTube and, like, the App Store led them to be hypersexualized and weirdly fucked up in their teens. And they had problems. And they probably still have fucking problems. So maybe that's part of it. This wacky insanity that children are gobbling up, the thousands and thousands of future US senators that watch that shit. Man, maybe that's why. Maybe maybe we're actively watching what happens. You know? When you let your children watch Elsa-gate shit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they weren't watching shit like that at this time. It kind of seems like they were already into fucking bizarre shit at that point. But it's the internet in general, and that's certainly not helping this kind of thing. You know, it was probably some fucking people on DeviantArt. I mean, they've been on the internet since they were 11? Can you imagine this person as a child with hope and optimism, and then they get the fucking computer and it all just goes downhill? What a shame, you know? They probably like went outside and had things that they did that they liked doing, and now they've been completely and entirely consumed by this. It's frightening. This is cosmic horror, people.
It was a traumatic experience, and I don't want to be associated with DICE anymore.
Oh yeah,
People in charge-
Cocomelon is horrible. It's brain rot, but it's not like sexual fetish shit like some of the Sonic Finger families. It's brain rot garbage for it's like letting your child watch paint dry. Basically, it has less value. Even it's probably going to regress them. It's like the whole thing about don't talk in baby talk to your kid, or else they'll wind up like a fucking, gibbering idiot that can't speak. Speak to your child like a human being, like You don't have to use giant fucking $5 Scrabble words, but, you know, talk to them like a person. And maybe they won't wind up. And it's the same thing. It's just like, everything we look at on this fucking channel just comes back to be a parent. Be a good parent. If you're going to have children, do the right thing and raise them right. It's like, I know it's not that easy. It's just the same to say it's not that easy for someone like this to just, haha, don't have been raised in this fucked up way that completely fucked with your, like, neurochemistry. Just get better, idiot. You know, like, that's stupid, right? That's what I keep saying. But it's like, man, what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? Just go forward with this information, I guess. Try your best. If you're going to commit to having children, make sure you're ready to fucking not just put the Coco Melon on. Because the problem is, it's not just Coco Melon. They watch that and then they get to the other stuff. It auto-plays the other stuff. And eventually they get to Sonic Finger Family fart fetish videos. And it just never stops.
Your dice are fucking disgusting, and I hate all of them.
Right.
Seth's Deadly Sin is a game idea I came up with when I was 16, and I plan to write
Okay, I don't care about your game idea. I'm sure it's epic. Let's talk about how you didn't molest anyone. Molestation allegations.
I would like to add that an incredibly serious allegation came out about me while in the making of this video. There's been a fake screenshot made to make it look like I admitted to SAing my sister. I know for a fact that I've never hurt another person like this, let alone one of my siblings.
Oh,
but
well, Lena Dunham, what have you done?
There's no evidence of it not happening, and there's no evidence of it happening aside from the screenshot. The person who falsified this screenshot has added details that make this especially hard to disprove, such as claiming the assault happened while my sister was asleep. I've talked with my sister in depth about this on multiple occasions, and we're both confident that this never happened and that this—
Okay, my brother. I keep forgetting that it's, right.
There's been a disturbing theme in the Birdie drama community of falsifying incest between—
The Birdie drama community. Once again, I'm so important that I have my own community of drama named after me. It's so great. Oh, I love being that important.
We're both extremely uncomfortable and upset and sickened with these claims, and I myself even feeling—
Yeah, it is saying that it was framed by a user, more or less, yes. I mean, it's so strange. I mean, I know it started out where I would name the streams after user pun, because it was just a funny thing that we would do. You know, for like a month there, for a few weeks there in like January, it was like, haha, users. But now the more I watch just any type of content, it's weird how, well, not every type. I mean, old commercials, maybe not, or like Darman, maybe not. But, you know, a lot of the drama shit, a lot of the shit that we look at, whether it seems like they're like VHS collectors or not, you know, they're still acting like users. This is more or less, it's like user Mad Libs. You just replace the, like, opinion basher words with, like, grooming and love bombing and stuff like that. And it's the same thing. Although, to be fair, that community also has grooming all the time, so— you know, maybe it's more overlap than I think, you know, as is. I don't know.
Traumatized from seeing falsified incest art of me and my sister when I was a child, me being 12 and my sister only being 9. The screenshot that came out recently even
user
put the
phenotype
situation into a context that had us both being those ages, which is especially disturbing.
I like the person who just joined who said, "Why is there so much shit in the background?" Welcome. Welcome. This person didn't rape their sister or anyone else, and definitely didn't fuck their ferret. Welcome.
SA is a traumatic situation any way you spin it, but intentionally framing it as us being young children is sickening. My sister wants nothing to do with Birdie drama, and I advise that you stop making these accusations or believing things said about—
I'm like unreasonably getting annoyed by how much they keep referring to it, keeps referring to it as Birdie drama. It's because it's so consistent. It's not just like saying it once. Like if something happened and I got in drama, I would be like, "Oh, this Deadwing dork drama never ends," or something. Like that would be fine. You say it once. you know, but when it's like, this is the consistent way that this person is referring to drama about themselves, is in the third person about the Birdie drama, as if they're talking about like the James Charles drama or some other fucking third party that they are not, you know, that they're watching videos about. It's disassociating. Has this person ever even lived in their own fucking body? I don't know. Have they existed forever as a stand outside of their meat corpse? A digital fucking net navi that follows around their LAN Hikari? I don't know. I don't know how this works. I don't know how the Zoomer brain functions. If they're just like Ansem's guardian guy who just like shows up and punches you sometimes. You know, that's this. It's they live outside of their own body and refer to drama that occurs about themselves as if it's drama about someone else. It's so bizarre.
I mean, right.
It's so bizarre.
Which is
it pronouns.
difficult to say because I know it's hard enough.
Is this just Nafe, dude? I mean, can't get over how the black part that goes into the red part of the hair just looks like Sonic's spines. Specifically from Sonic Adventure, where they were like a little flatter. What's happening in the milk barn now? Jesus Christ, it's gonna be like 6 o'clock before I eat my fucking lunch. Doc from chat member Toku17 for the Birdie backstory. Tell the server I did not make it. I downloaded it when it surfaced and I didn't change anything in it. I don't know who made it, if it was a Birdie fan or not. Alright, well this is interesting. This is hot goss, everyone. This is from, I guess, a while ago. Yeah, I'm gonna be real, this is also pretty weird. Okay, what is this? This links to a Google Drive thing, and it's not found, of course. It's July question marks. Birdie attempts to rape her ferret Chara. And that's pretty bad, but then here's the problem, like, I just feel really bad about, like, looking at this, because there's, like, just in the middle of this page, obsession era, and it's detailing every like day of this person's life, and right in the middle, September 22nd, Birdie turns 14. This whole thing is kind of fucking creepy, dude. I don't know, like, even looking at this, like, you've been cataloging this from, there's stuff, Birdie turns 12 in 2016. We're cataloging from when Birdie has 500 subscribers. I know no one in chat made this, I know, but whoever made this is fucking insane. This is so disgusting. It is, and I say these words in like a very general sense. It's not directed at any like really specific person, because maybe these people are also children, you know, and Birdie, whatever you can say about this person, I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't know how much of it is real. You can never really prove any of it, really, right? But this whole scenario of, like, these children doxing each other into suicide and, like, corrupting each other into doing insane shit, and entire timelines of people's lives from the moment they have less than 500 subscribers, from the moment they turn 12. This is so fucking disgusting. This is disgusting. And I don't care what this person is alleged to have done, really. I don't care. Maybe they did rape their fucking ferret. That sucks. Shouldn't have done that. But this whole, like, September 22nd, Birdie turns 12. It's so fucking disgusting. This is freaky. This is freaky. And it's so in-depth, like, I'm not reading more of this. It's on the Discord if you want to see it. It rubs me the wrong way, really. The next section of the video is called I'm Not Friends with Minors, so I guess we'll watch a little of this, and it's basically the last part of the video. I guess we'll wind it down with this. We really have been going for quite a long time. I did not mean to. Let's take a look.
I have to add this last minute because I didn't think anyone gave a shit about this until I announced that I had to quit my side channel in March of 2024 for my own safety because it was becoming objectively unsafe.
Objectively unsafe? How? Please tell me in what way you were unsafe, other than things which are in your control not to do. I know that is an oversimplification of suicide and suicide ideation and things like that. I understand, but at the end of the day, no one but you can make you do it. It's suicide. It's not murder. So if they're gonna make me hurt myself, That's not... I just don't get it. I don't get how that by and large, far and wide, you will find YouTube videos warning you just in case you might hurt yourself if you fucking watch a YouTube video. What are you gonna do? Sit on your own balls?
Post on there.
Fuck.
After I announced that I was leaving that side channel, I got
What is the side channel? Where is the... Now there's a side channel! I wanna eat! God damn it!
a ton of backlash and a ton of like weird comments, which is funny because they're all just proving exactly what I said in my video, that channel was not like a fun parody account anymore. It was just somewhere for me to be like harassed and stalked and made fun of all over again, because that's what I said in my video and it came true, so I think that's very funny. However, a lot of these comments were making allegations that I'm a predator and that I am friends with minors as a 19-year-old. And it's so easy to disprove this that I just wanted to make a very quick section where I do so, because that's just objectively false. That's just a lie. And those people are weird. So, I'd like to talk about it for a little bit. Just
objectively false.
Just for a minute. And then I'll get to
what would be subjectively false in that scenario? Okay, it's objectively false.
Conclusion of my video. I'd like to start with saying that although this allegation—
Do you think this person was on Vosh's side? I bet they were. In fact, I'm almost certain that this is the type of person who would have been like, excuse me, sweaty. They were just short-stacked goblins. Just stop kink-shaming.
Is fake.
Oh my god!
The reason that it was made is because it's a very easy allegation to make. Like, on the internet, you could call anyone, like, a pedophile, and somebody's gonna side with you, because that's just how the internet functions, right?
Indeed. Indeed. Well, that's true. That is true. You can do that. I don't know, man. This is so fucking tiring, dude.
In fact, this allegation only became relevant because I became a legal adult, and it started when I turned 18, because people were waiting for me to turn 18 so that they could call me a groomer and a pedophile. Because if they were making those rumors about me as a minor, it wouldn't make much sense, right?
It's not true, everybody. I think Tamatoa Gaming Da only just recently turned 18, and the things that he was found for being a groomer, and I think that the evidence against him was he was 16, the girl was 10, you know? And he was doing weird fucking Roblox, like, porn of her or something. And apparently it was I think it was more than one girl around that age, too. And so Tamatoa was 16. He was still a groomer. Just because he was underage doesn't mean he was not a groomer. You could have potentially had, or like people could have like had a case against you. You could have. I don't know. That's not really a point. I don't know. None of this. This is such a fucking minefield of a thing to talk about. You know. Like, all of this whole fucking stream, this whole thing is just disgusting. This whole thing is, it's children grooming other children. It's a machine for pigs. It's perpetual scum in motion.
They were waiting for my 18th birthday to roll around, like, a year ago. Or 2 years ago. I don't know when my birthday was.
Yeah, you accused a 14-year-old of being a groomer from 7 years ago while you were 12, so I mean, hey, anything's possible, right?
The age of 18 itself isn't even, like, a mature age anyways, like...
Oh my god, yeah, no, someone said this is like the Jew Wario thing. I mean, I agree, you're not mature at 18, but that is what the law says is, like, the legal age of consent. Not the age to drink. I mean, I guess some places it's 16 even, which is really fucking questionable. But, yeah, this is, like, I'm 19, I was freshly 18, but mentally I was still 12. I mean, and the thing is, you tell me that, and I think I don't even know if I would entirely not believe you. I think it's still legally, like, you're still an adult. Right? Like, at this age, that kind of like, oh, 18, it's whatever, but it's like, yeah, I do believe that you have the mind of like a 12-year-old in the same way that I believe Sonic Sega Gamer does. He's definitely not a child, but he acts like one, doesn't he? And a similar way to this. Jesus Christ.
Like, I was barely an adult when this
Freshly
rumor started.
18.
You know, I'm still a teenager. Like, right now. I'm only 19. Like, my brain is not fully developed. Anyways.
Dude, yes it is. I mean, no it isn't, but you are an adult. That's not an excuse. Fuck off. My brain's not even developed yet. I'm still such a small little bean. I'm still... Guys, I'm legal, but I'm still... This is so creepy. I don't like any part of this. You're an adult, but you're still infantilizing yourself as if it's some sort of fetish or something. I don't like any part of this. I don't like any part of this, shadow hair.
The semantics of, like, age and stuff on the internet, like, trying to navigate, like, all the gray areas is fucking annoying, so I'm not gonna get into, like, the nitty-gritty of it, but, I'd like to be straightforward with all of you. When I was 18, I was in contact with minors. I cut all of them off in June of 2023 out of paranoia. By the time I cut contact with them, I'd only been 18 for 9 months, and I knew most of them, like, long before I turned 18. I knew most of them starting from when I was, like, 16, and, you know, they weren't much younger than me. They were all, like, mostly 17. Like, that's, I'm sorry, that's not grooming.
Yeah, okay, neither is 14, and I love this, I love this weird, like, age of grooming consent thing that we're doing on the stream. Where it's like, okay, 13 to 16, that's pretty weird, I'd call that kind of groomy. 14 to 12, not so much, but they apparently think that's grooming. But apparently 18 and 17, I guess we can all agree that's not grooming. That's the line. We can all agree 1 year apart is not grooming. Thank God there's a line somewhere for now. I'm sure by like a couple weeks from now, someone will be like, well, you know, he was actually born later in the month, but he always was able to use that as a point of like, you know, he would call me kid, and I felt bad about that. It made me feel bad about my age. By being slightly older than me, so yeah, it was basically grooming. It was grooming.
The internet, like,
I was mentally 12.
To navigate like all the gray areas is fucking annoying. So I'm not gonna get into like the nitty gritty of it. But I'd like to be straightforward with all of you. When I was 18, I was in contact with minors. I cut all of them off in June of 2023 out of paranoia and because I had outgrown those friendships.
Out of paranoia that people would have a problem with that, I guess.
By the time I cut contact with them, I'd only been 18 for 9 months.
Freshly 18, everyone. I was freshly 18 and I cut contact. I mean, again, it makes sense. You're gonna have... It's honestly weird to me that it's like, now that you're 18, you're no longer allowed to be friends. Like, just friends. That's the thing that's kind of weird. It's like, I don't think it's weird for someone who's 18 to like still have a friend or two who's still like a year younger than them or something. That's not insane. Being an 18-year-old who's friends with 14-year-olds might be kind of weird. You know, again, this like strange hierarchy of what is acceptable in terms of age gaps in this scenario. But yeah, like being just friends with someone, this like militaristic, like you have to shut off all minors, DNI. It implies you're, like, up to something. It's like, why... Anyone who's normal is not going to assume that just talking with, like, a friend of yours who happens to still be a year younger than you, and you're 18 and they're 17, or maybe they're 16 or something. That's not so insane. It implies that there's something going on that you need to, like, sequester yourself, like you're a fucking offender or something. Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's a molester. He's a child molester.
As a sex offender, I'm quite surprised by this.
Well, you know, I think that'll do it, probably. I mean, there's more. They continue to talk. About their relationships, and I don't care, really. I mean, at a certain point, it's all just noise. It's all just stuff that probably... stuff that no one can ever really prove. Just resizing the thing here. I hope it doesn't fuck up the stream. Stuff that no one can ever truly prove at the end of the day. I don't know what this video was for, really. You know, it's like accusing people of abuse. I mean, we skipped over certain things, a lot of stuff with, like, their friends. I mean, I guess if some people wronged you, that's a shame. Again, I don't want to downplay whatever actual bad things happen to this person, but it just seems like they are very quick to overreact to things, and it makes me wonder how bad things could really be if you're going to be so whiny about things that don't seem... Like, I don't know. My parents are Trump supporters. Oh my god, they're boomers. Wow. Oh my god, they should be gassed and round up and put in camps, am I right? Evil Trump supporters. Fuck them. Like, that's... I don't know. It's not... a lot of it, so much of that video is just whining. There is a side channel. Maybe we'll look at that another time. So much of it is just whining and, like, sympathy baiting, and there's no way to look at it other than that, and I don't know if that person would even view it as that. I don't think it's a direct, malicious, like, he, I'm gonna get sympathy. It's just what they do. It's just what they do. They just need it. They know, I think intrinsically they have, like, some kind of general idea. Without needing to be taught, they know, even at a young age, they know that, like, sympathy... You know, and this, like, you can't bully me, I'm whatever protected class, I'm this and neurodivergent and a minor or whatever, is like, it's like a pretty much a get out of jail free card, and the problem is no one ever really challenges that. I think that's what it is. Like, at a certain point, and I don't think it's malicious, I don't think it's, I mean, maybe for some people, definitely for some people. But I think for a lot of people, they do this not even thinking. It's just the way of things. They grow up, and yeah, they use the get out of jail free card. They use the fucking, you know, they use the I'm 12 and I didn't mean it. They use the I was bullied, so I was in a bad place. Like, these kinds of get out of jail free cards that happen, and like, you know, when you're like a kid, that's fine sometimes. And sometimes it's fair to be like, yeah, this happened. Like, again, when you are actually being groomed by someone and they make you think that, like, you need to fucking put eels in your asshole or whatever. Yeah, you know, that sucks. That's not your fault. It's not your fault that someone has mentally fucking Svenjali'd you, as Elaine would say. Into being, you know, kind of fucked up. That's on them a lot of the time. But, you know, that's a specific case. There are cases where you can, you know, you can point to things and be like, all right, well, that's an explanation, but it's not going to be an excuse.
All right, let's see if I can record this Patreon outro without OBS giving me more problems. Thank you, everybody, for watching all the way to the end of the Birdie and Synnibear saga, part 1. Again, no Synnibear really in the saga so far, but, you know, she'll be here. She looms large over the whole thing. If you like what you saw here today, and you want more nonsense, you want more old man screaming at Zoomer clouds, you know, be sure to like and subscribe. Hype the video. FedEx it to your clergy, whatever you need to do. Big thanks as usual to my $20 and up excellent dudes on Patreon: Iron, Jolie Doomed, Tapeface YT, Dunk, Darth, Viper Mutt, Anais Fashian. I'm probably saying that wrong. You should try to have a name that's less silly. Hitori Senshi, Lolord, Sid Static, and X-Arc or X-Arch, as we've proven from that other name. I'm pretty bad at reading names. And my top boy Xylax, my long-standing top boy. In spite of anything that might happen in all of time, Xylax is still pretty much my top boy. So thank you, everybody. Yeah, this was a rough one to edit down. As I said in the beginning, the stream was originally about 10 hours. I had to get rid of like an hour and a half of me watching the create context Metal Gear Solid 2 cutscene. You know, and theory crafting, connecting the dots between video game and reality. So that was fun. I'm sure you'd like that too. I think there's live clips up somewhere of the whole thing unedited. So if you want to see the whole thing, it's probably out there. But you know, this was the fundamentals, the most important stuff, and I think I did a decent job of cutting it down to the essentials. You didn't get my rant about, you know, pogs or whatever. I don't think there was one, but, you know, I mean, whatever unrelated rants might have been in this thing, they're gone now. It does suck sometimes, because there's things that I, you know, maybe wanted to keep in, little jokes I thought were funny, but then it's like, well, yeah, this is bordering on 4 hours. My first pass through the thing, it was just under 5 hours, and then as I, like, you know, continued to edit it, it went down about an hour or so, about, yeah, a little over an hour, so this is kind of the essentials. This 3 hour and 40-something minute video is just the essential stuff, you know, nothing, no extra fat, you know. This is like when you kill a fucking buffalo and it's like 500 pounds of meat and various materials meant for making tents. But anyway, I hope you had fun, you know, with this horrific black pill stream about the end of society. Take it easy, people. Penis.